Welcome. I'm the motherfucking Batman, David John Lincoln, aka the Savage Bat, and we've got here we go. We've got Jeffrey as well.
Hey, what's going
Welcome, people. How's it going? How's it going?
It's good. Great.
Yeah. And it's been an interesting week in the Snyder fandom. Me and Zod touched on this yesterday with Teen Titans Go episode, which I've caught up with a bit now because I just watched the Zack Snyder bit to start with. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Haven't seen it yet. I want to watch it through legal means, and they haven't made it available through legal means yet.
No. Well, you know, there's ways.
Yeah.
There's ways.
Yeah, I know there's ways, but
yeah, I saw it and it was great. Like, it was really great.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, and I think not only was it epic, it was the meaning of it. Do you know what I mean?
There was so much love into it.
Yeah. And so much respect for Zack. You know, there's been a lot of stuff going on recently in the fandom, and some people dissing the OGs of the fandom and Zack and whatever. But from my opinion of it all is, they everyone in this fandom achieved what they achieved. We all did it together. So not really interested in the drama of old stuff that's just between them.
Yeah,
So,
everything gets dramatic sometimes for any family or any group, really. So it's really just kind of normal. Like, even though we wish it wasn't normal, it's just stuff that happens.
it's just stuff that happens when people are interacting.
Yeah. Anytime you have large groups of people together, there's always going to be clashes and disagreements and all. It's like it's just like Jeffrey said. It's like you're looking at it, and there's no groups that are not like this. Every fandom is like this in one way.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Definitely. I've had my moments in the Snyder Nights. Do you know what I mean? And, it's just shit happens. So I really don't see the point in, going over old ground anymore. But anyway, back to the Teen Titans thing. It's like if Warner Brothers Discovery really, wouldn't have released that if there was no meaning behind it. Because there's no way on earth Hamada and that would have released that, just out of spite.
No, it was trolling them.
I've seen clips of the episode, and what I saw was definitely pro Zack, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really, I don't know if you've seen like the full 10 minutes of it, but the full, like, if you see like the full episode as a whole, it's literally like a love letter to Zack, and not really just what he's done with DC, but also with 300 and 300 Army of the. They actually make a reference to Army of the Dead, obviously, actually multiple, and really it was really like a huge love letter to Zack and what he's done with his filmography.
Yeah. And the 300 thing was nice.
Everything was touched upon. There was nothing left out if you're a Zack Snyder fan, if you're part of this fandom, if you're all about his DC stuff. If there was something in there for everybody. I mean, even Army of the Dead and the Gardens of Ga'Hoole were properly represented. I mean, it's pretty incredible, to be honest with you.
Right. Yeah. And when they referenced the Owls of Ga'Hoole, I was really pleasantly surprised when they referenced that, because not a lot of people know about that movie. So I was like very pleasantly surprised when they referenced that.
Shows the writers have done their homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, what surprised me was I was really expecting like an exaggerated version of Zach, you know, but
Yeah,
he didn't do
honestly
that.
didn't know what to expect. You know, I was
Yeah.
just like,
No, it wasn't exaggerated. It was actually Zach himself. It was
Yeah,
the way
exactly.
he would
doing the
You could
weightlifting. You know,
actually
he
see-
loves his
you could
weights and
actually
that, doesn't he?
see- You know, you could actually see Zach interacting with these characters
Yeah.
like that, like
Yeah.
in that exact way. If they were real, that's how Zach would interact with them. Like, sure.
Yeah. Right.
It's bloody brilliant. And I noticed a lot of you are wearing the Snyder Knights t-shirts today.
Yeah, representing.
You're right about that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've put the link in the description.
The next campaign.
Yeah, it's. I think it's going to be the last one for the moment. You've got to sell 6 to print. You've got a minimum of 6. It hasn't sold any yet, so people out there, if you've got a few spare dollars or pounds or whatever, get yourself a Snyder Knights t-shirt while they're going for this last run. And then if I get enough demand in the future, I'll do another run. But after this one, I'll have a bit of a gap. So get yours now, and that'd be very much appreciated. I think it's not far off $600 we've raised so far, which is pretty cool. And obviously Zack Snyder liked the post. Jacob Torres posted on Vero, which was really exciting.
That's nice. That really is.
Yeah,
Because he appreciates what we do for that cause.
Yeah, definitely. And there's been, it's nice when you get a recognition from the man himself. So that was really cool. So yeah, the link's in the description if you want to get yourself a Snyder Knights t-shirt. And we had a funny stream yesterday, me and Zod, the Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid special edition.
The Little Mermaid dominated the.
It turned into the Little Mermaid stream.
She should have been in the. She should have been in the thumbnail. Straight up.
Yeah, I think I might have to edit that in actually. Yeah, definitely. We're all going to be repping Little Mermaid t-shirts when they get released.
That's right.
I'm gonna see it just to piss off the haters.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
And I'm someone who hates the original movie, by the way. When I'm saying,
Yeah, you said fair enough.
Really, for me, like I really am not a huge. I really haven't never been a fan of the Little Mermaid. So when I saw the Discord, I just kind of made a Twitter shrug, just like, I don't really care about this.
Yeah.
That's shocking. That's shocking, Jeff. I thought you were the world's biggest Little Mermaid fan, dude.
Yeah.
I was just like, bro, oh my God, really?
I remember all those Little Mermaid posts you do free over the years.
You know what's funny? And it's just hilarious to me because what you got to always remember is it's about a demographic, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody, like we are not the target demographic for this movie at all. So people complaining about it when you're not the target demographic is just stupid to me. Like, what are you worried about?
Yeah, don't see it. If you don't want to see it, then don't. It's
No,
simple.
definitely not.
That's what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm not gonna see the Little Mermaid because it doesn't interest me, and it's really the same thing with She-Hulk. Like, the trailers just didn't interest me. So that's pretty much it.
Wrong with that, you know?
Do you know what? That's another subject that's got a lot of flack and attention. Is She-Hulk? It's got really bad CGI, but I actually really like it. I think it's all right. It's just a bit of fun. It's a TV show. Do you know what I mean? What more do you expect?
Yeah, but I expect these streaming shows to have a little bit of a bigger budget. The CGI is something.
The CGI is terrible, but you get the general idea.
Yeah,
it is quite funny. That girl with Wong, if you've ever seen it.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember her name now, but yeah,
we'll just call her Drunk Girl.
Drunk girl, yeah. She's
girl,
yeah.
Oh, that Madison with the end.
I think she's going to become a popular character for the Marvel fans. I reckon.
Oh yeah.
I
can see her showing up, like like a sort of future sort of Endgame type thing. Maybe getting married to Wong or something.
What if she ends up defeating Kang the Conqueror?
Maybe by accident, but spills a drink on some magic stone or something.
I think they should bring Brie Larson back, and they should have Captain Marvel and She-Hulk team up for a movie. That'll get all the haters juices flowing.
Oh my god, yes. I would be brutally honest with you. I don't like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I don't either. But could you imagine the amount of hate that would get? Like, it's incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Just like hate watching it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't they basically making the second Captain Marvel a team up movie though?
From what I understand, yeah, and from what I understand about. Really, I don't know, because from what I understand, Kevin Feige said that in this time where we are right now with the MCU is there are no Avengers. That's what Kevin Feige said. So,
but that's weird though, because in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, they implied that the Avengers were still a thing when in his conversation with Wanda, because he's like, why don't you choose another Avenger?
I couldn't even finish Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it, because like really I've never, like, if there was supposed to be like a breakup of the Avengers, then they would have said it. But then again, I guess because all of the OG Avengers are pretty much disbanded.
Except Thor and Hawkeye.
Then I guess that does mean there are no Avengers right now. But it's just right now confusing to me.
Yeah.
I only saw No Way Home. That's all I went to see.
Yeah, No Way Home was good. I actually saw the extended edition.
How was it?
I liked it. I mean, I was glad to see the movie again. And in terms of the extended editions, there's a bit of a little extended conversation with Peter, or with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. But okay, question. Is spoilers for the extended edition okay in this?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, basically, the one scene that was really worth it to me, which was, by the way, Sil and Mikey scooped this, is the second scene with Charlie Cox Daredevil. Or Matt Murdock, I should say. There was an additional scene, so hashtag Mikey was right.
Yeah. Yeah. And you never know. He might come and make an appearance tonight. You never know, people.
Mikey was right.
Oh, yeah, Mikey. I was thinking Charlie Cox, but yeah, Mikey.
Charlie Cox. Yes, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, but anyway, we're saying about
we have to make sure Charlie Cox gets a Snyder Knights T-shirt though before he comes on.
Yeah, definitely save Daredevil for the Snyder Knights. But anyway, this talk of Marvel, because on to Marvel TV shows, Miss Marvel, I thought was really daring and risky. I don't know if any of you have seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
It touched on subjects to do with the split between India and Pakistan, the British in, I think it was 1947. Really, really touchy subject, with all the religion and stuff like that. And I was really, really impressed with it. And it touched on Muslim women having a more of a voice. That was introduced into it, and we all know. It's with religion, it's always a controversial subject. But I really, really enjoyed it. But it was definitely a lot better than sort of She-Hulk and things like that. The point I was going to get to about this whole Marvel thing is when David Zaslav restores the Snyderverse and gives us these better quality movies, and these TV shows that are going to be linked to the DCEU as well, I think that is going to put Marvel into a position where they're not going to be able to cut corners like they did in She-Hulk. And Yeah, and they're going to have to make a better product as well to compete with DC. Because if David Zaslav restores the Snyderverse, people are just going to switch off if it's not good quality, because they're going to go, well, I can get better at DC. So I think that this whole thing with Warner Brothers Discovery is going to be good for superheroes in general. I think it's probably going to push Marvel to do better, because they've been very successful over the years on the money side of stuff, and a lot of the movies are good, but they're very generic. Everyone knows popcorn flicks and all that.
Yep.
But
they have started to get worse, but worse and worse.
Endgame was the perfect opportunity to have a reboot, and they didn't take it.
Because it really, to me, when it comes to the MCU, I personally still believe this to this day, that even though they are doing Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty movie, to me with the MCU, if they were going to continue the MCU past Endgame, I think the title Endgame should have been removed, because to me it's okay, if you're gonna finish off the MCU after Endgame, what are you gonna call it? Because to me it's Endgame, it's supposed to signify the end, but really that's besides the point. Other than that, another thing that I think the MCU has isn't really the quality of it, but I think what the problem to me personally is, and this is really what I've personally been looking at from clips and stuff, and really what people have been saying online is I personally think that the MCU has been paying attention to more with the message first and then story, which
I can see that.
To me, I personally think it's a really bad move, because it's at a certain point the audience is going to be thinking, okay, we get it, but how does it affect the story, sort of thing? So
they're trying to shrink their audience, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people, they think a lot of these TV shows and movies, they think they need to preach all these messages to have a good show. Look at CW, for example. CW, got so preachy to the point that I don't even watch any of those shows anymore. Stargirl and Superman and Lois are the only two shows I watch from CW anymore, because I just couldn't.
I'll
even
be honest.
the stances I agree with, honestly.
Well, did you hear that they were operating on a loss?
Sorry, say that again.
I mean, did you hear that they were operating on a loss?
Yeah.
CW? Yeah.
There's
It's wild.
a reason why they're selling it.
I do, but the only CW show that I consistently liked to the very end was Black Adam, because
What? CW?
I mean, not Black Adam, Black Lightning. Yeah, Black Lightning. But the reason why I liked the Black Lightning was because even though there was racial stuff, it was really in the background. It wasn't really in your face with it, and it didn't have a major thing with the story.
Yeah, so, as long as it's in the background, it can work, As long as it doesn't take over the story.
Season 4, I think, got a little preachy at times. Season 1 of Black Lightning, I love Season 1 of Black Lightning, and also Season 4, I didn't like the finale of Black Lightning. I think they tried to cram too many things in there.
It was a risk. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Well, I think the biggest issue I had is with what they did with Jen in the finale. Basically what happened, if you didn't watch, is that the actress who plays Jen quit, but she came back for the finale. So they got this other actress to play Jen. But then at the last minute, they revealed, this other person wasn't actually Jen. And I'm like, they didn't build that up at all. They just kind of threw that in there. And I'm like...
Wait. So what you're saying is they replaced the actress with a different actress, and then decided when they brought the original actress back, they decided we're going to keep the replacement actress and just try to lie and say she was a different character from the beginning.
You talking about Batwoman?
She was
No.
impersonating
Black Lightning.
somebody. No, Black Lightning. That's what they did. I'm
Essentially,
glad
they
I didn't
are-
watch. I'm glad I didn't watch that season. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
That's the same
the new
story
actress
for
was only-
Batwoman.
that's horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah. Well, Batwoman,
But-
it's weird what they did with Batwoman. It's like they replaced Kate Kane with a different character, but then they brought Kate Kane back with a different actress anyways, and I'm like,
Yo.
Yeah,
Why don't you
it's
just-
so bizarre.
Oh
no,
yeah.
bring Kate Kane back because she's Batwoman. She's the main character. I don't
Yeah.
know. CW is just done.
I
stopped
didn't even
watching-
bother with Batwoman. I watched the little, Crisis episode with Kevin Conroy in it because, I just thought it was pretty cool. But I was
Yeah,
a
it was
huge
awesome.
fan of Arrow and the Flash when it was in its
Arrow?
prime.
Oh yeah.
Arrow.
First season.
Arrow.
Yeah.
I actually went to Sky Studios to watch the season finale. I think it was of season 3 of Arrow and the Flash, and the VFX wasn't finished. It was like a preview thing, and we all had to sign like a disclaimer that we wouldn't, let out the secret of the ending. I think it was something to do with that blue baddie. I can't remember his name now.
Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom. That's it. Yeah, and
Oh, right, because they hinted Jay Garrick, who was later revealed to be Zoom.
right, I think it might have been that. Yeah, and the Arrow finale as well, because I'm a big fan of Stephen Amell's. I think he's great.
Yeah.
As he was great as the Arrow for most of it, and but I think he's a great person though. I follow him on social media, and he's really, really funny. He loves winding people up, especially about politics and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I've
yeah.
unfollowed a lot of celebrities who talk politics. Like not if they do it once in a while. I mean, like the ones who make it their personality. I've unfollowed so many of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I try
But
to.
Stephen Amell isn't so bad about it though. Like when he does talk about it, it's not as
No,
bad. It's- like,
no, but it's more just because he likes winding people up, I think.
But like the actress who
Yeah.
plays Dreamer
Just
on
getting fights.
Supergirl, I unfollowed her because she's terrible with politics.
Who's that?
Nicole Maine, she plays Dreamer in Supergirl.
Oh, right. No, I gave up on Supergirl after season 2.
Don't
Yeah.
blame you. It got so bad for let's put it like this. For me to not finish the last season of a show, it has to be really bad. Like normally if it's the last season, I'm just gonna finish it because might as well. Supergirl was so
The
bad
makeup and the costumes started getting really, really stupid in Supergirl.
The
just-
Walmart costumes.
Yeah, Walmart costumes, and they were it was like a
Like she wears
bad,
the pants now.
really bad episode of 1966 Star Trek. It's like really, really bad. So I just gave up on that. Yeah, Superman and Lois. I've not caught up with that, but I do really like that.
That
I know-
one's good.
I
But
know a
it's
lot
not
of
even-
Snyder fans kind of.
I
bit
was
funny
lukewarm
about
in the
that.
beginning. I was lukewarm in the beginning, and then I eased into it. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch up with the rest of it, but yeah, there was a lot of tributes to Zack Snyder's version of Superman in it,
Yeah.
which I actually thought was all right. But
Yeah.
people kind of make out that they were stealing from Zack.
Oh god,
Look,
it's
I
no
don't
matter
think-
what they do.
I don't think that it was stealing. I think that they were just
I
more
felt
of a
that way. I felt that way in
homage.
the beginning. I really did feel that way in the beginning, but I did, kind of like turn over from that.
Yeah,
It's
and
still
the
its own
thing is-
show.
And the thing is, apparently, like a lot of people didn't really know about this, but yeah, apparently the showrunner was actually a fan of Man of Steel, so yeah, he's really paying homage to Man of Steel.
Yeah,
more
exactly.
Yeah. They even carried over that element of how Superman was the only natural born Kryptonian. They put that element in Superman and Lois,
Yeah.
which I
Yep.
thought was cool.
Yeah, I think I just felt sour because Jeff Johns was still involved, but
Yeah.
I get
I'm over that. I'm over it. I'm over it now.
Yeah, I'm over that whole thing. I think Jeff Johns is involved with Stargirl, and I like that. So
Yeah, well,
do you know what I mean, I know he's the snake of DC, but
well, I mean, but he also made Flashpoint, which is my favorite comic. You know,
yeah, he's done some good comics.
For Flash,
I'm not sticking up for his behaviour because he really damaged DC movies.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know.
I mean,
yeah,
my thing
he
is
set us
that,
back a long time.
Yeah, Shazam and
oh yeah, Shazam. That was
that was terrible.
Aquaman.
And,
I mean, there's
Aquaman,
elements
it's
of
all right.
like
Aquaman, I can't never make my mind up. Too many jokes in it, but it's visually stunning.
well, at least in the water, I always thought the land effects were bad. Like when they were fighting Black Manta on the land, I thought some of that CGI was pretty bad. It looked like CW.
Yeah,
CGI,
but they nailed the underwater thing. I think. They did make it look good.
Yeah.
Although I am concerned about that movie being Snyderverse now because there's a lot of contradictions with Zack Snyder's Justice League. A lot that I can't.
That's why I'm going to be so confused with the second one because
I had an idea what they should do is retool the Flash movie to reset the events of Aquaman.
Yeah.
So instantly,
The Flash could do a lot of that.
Yeah, the Flash could make it work.
Yeah.
Well, the thing for me is, like, I think it's still going to be confusing to me personally, but really, let's find out what happens.
Yeah, just see what
That's all
happens.
I can say. Let's see what happens.
It was going to be confusing no matter what they did. If they did pocket universes, it was going to be confusing. If they tried to make it one universe, but exile certain movies, it's going to be confusing. If they try to incorporate movies that don't really fit continuity-wise, it's going to be confusing. There was nothing David Zaslav could have done at the point that he was in to make it.
Bat of Gotham. I loved Aquaman, but I don't remember anything about it other than the octopus playing drums.
I remember that too.
But
that was a real Star Wars moment, wasn't it?
I think it would be pretty funny for us to go back in time 7 years and tell our past selves what's going to happen to DC for the next few years, and they wouldn't believe anything that we would tell them.
Also, tell them about COVID too. Tell them about COVID while you're at it.
And a lot of numbers.
Yeah, lots of. Oh my god! I mean, more than just movies. If you just went back in time and told your past self about all this, oh my god, I would never have believed you. I'll say that. Whether it's DC or
You liar.
So what was the inconsistencies was the talking underwater thing.
Talking underwater, Mira's parents.
Yeah, Mira's parents.
The accent.
Mira's British accent.
And breathing underwater, too.
Bring back the British accent.
I don't hate the British accent, honestly.
With a different actress.
Yeah.
The thing, too, about the whole British accent thing, like, real quick, like, I saw a lot of people being confused about why does Mira have a British accent. And if you watch Young Justice...
Because she's Emilia Clarke.
Mira does have a British accent in season 1 of Young Justice.
Right.
That was kind of British.
But really, like, when it came to, like, her having a British accent, I was like, okay. Like I thought it was an interesting choice, too, but I didn't complain about it because it was like, it's just a voice choice, you know?
I liked it, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll put it like this. I did not, as an actress in Zack Snyder's Justice League, I thought Amber Heard did a good job. As a person, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was serviceable for a role.
Serviceable.
Yeah, I mean...
I heard she was offered a lot of money to do porn.
Yeah, I heard that. 10 million.
Oh, God.
Yeah, my mate called me up and said, we just offered 10 million. I was like, oh, cool. So hopefully you should do it. No, that's not true. I saw it on the news. But, yeah, so moving on from Aquaman. We got this Man of Steel movie, Man of Steel 2, that Sil Abdul and Mikey Sutton have been going on about for God knows how long. And they've confirmed all sorts of things about that, leading up. And that's something that
Oh yeah,
I wasn't expecting at all to get another Superman movie, really. I was thinking we're going to get like Justice League 2 and 3, and then maybe like a finishing up movie, like Superman becoming the old Superman that everyone knows or whatever.
Kingdom Come. Oh no.
No, like a sort of like Superman the animated series where he's a bit more
Traditional.
traditional. That's what I was expecting. I didn't realise they were going to do that, so that's just a total bonus.
Yeah.
And Henry Cavill's been talking about how much he wants to do that too.
He's made it clear.
That's what Zach and Deborah said that they were gonna do.
DC.
Like once JL3 was gonna come out, that was gonna be the plan for Superman to be the classic version of Superman. So it was
Zach said that himself, didn't he?
Yeah.
And
That was his plan.
yeah, it was his plan from the beginning.
I know, and
It's almost like there was a story arc.
Yeah,
exactly. And I think if everything went as planned, we would have gotten the 3 JL movies before the second solo Superman movie. But I think because of how long Henry Cavill's had to wait, he's saying, no, I want to do my solo movie now, which I don't blame him.
No,
Yeah.
He definitely leveraged the deal.
Definitely leverage.
Whatever brings Henry Cavill back to the table, that's all that's important.
Exactly.
Definitely, because let's be honest, it ain't going to happen without him and Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot, the main Ray Fisher, stuff like that. They're going to have to bring them all back.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ezra Miller, fingers crossed. Ezra, behaves himself. And
no more weird posts about being in another universe, please.
Yeah, I read the article today, and
It's just clickbaity, honest. I don't know. It's the same person who's doing, like, this person who wrote it today is like consistently the one who's writing these hit pieces.
Yeah, it's the same narrative being pushed by the same people.
But now Ezra has a PR team who can help work through this stuff. Personally, what I think I'm hoping Ezra Miller does is that if this keeps getting more and more excessive, I hope Ezra Miller and WBD use legal and by the book means to get them to stop, as in press charges, as in sue.
Definitely. Because
these happen. Because it's not. I'm not saying Ezra Miller is innocent of everything, but I'm not going to say for sure Ezra Miller is guilty of anything because, as I said in the stream that I covered Ezra Miller on, I agree. Battle Gotham is I don't know, and none of us really know exactly what happened. We've heard things, but we don't know for sure. But we do know is that Ezra Miller is not guilty of all this more serious stuff.
Yeah,
and
they're getting outlandish now. That's really the thing that made me stop following this hardcorely was because I'm looking at all these stories and I've noticed that they're trying to get more outlandish, that to the point it's like almost fantasy like it's like that's what it feels like now. It's like most of these recent stories coming out now are very fantasy like that, of something you would see in movies.
That's exactly what I thought when I was reading that thing today about some sort of shaman or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Telling Ezra he's the second coming of Jesus or the Spider King or something like that. Yeah. And I thought, I know Ezra's been displaying some odd behaviour, but in my opinion, no disrespect to Ezra, I think it's just a case of, he's young, he's new to Hollywood, he's partied a little too hard, got himself into a little bit of trouble, and I don't think that this harsh allegations against him are true.
Oh, I totally agree 100%. I mean, I
really don't.
Yeah, I don't believe it either.
I mean, it really feels like more of the TMZ realm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it does.
TMZ is the one that started the more serious stuff, like the grooming
yeah.
stuff. It
Well,
started
there
with
you go.
TMZ.
That's
So-
right.
That's why I'm saying people shouldn't have believed it from the start because it was TMZ that said it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I just said that's the way it seems like.
No.
Yeah.
But that's what it was, TMZ.
Wow.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? He's a young man. Oh, bloody hell. If, you know, the shit I used to get in when I was younger. So, Jesus Christ.
But I think part of it
It's
too
not
is
that
the
bad.
fact is that Ezra is a celebrity. Like, you know, you were like when you said the stuff you got into, you're an average person. So you getting to some stuff that can be swept under the rug. But if you're in a public figure and a big microscope on you, again, I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but like the point is it might have been a lot worse for you
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah, if you're in the
famous.
limelight, yeah.
And same thing with me. There's stuff that if I have plenty of dirt, everyone does. The problem is, but we're average Joes, so even if some people knew about it, we could still go on with our life. Problem is, someone like Ezra Miller may have not realized that, hey, if I do something like this, I'm gonna be dragged on social media.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's obviously why he's made the apology and he's getting help and stuff. And I really do wish him all the best. And I really hope, you know, he continues to be the Flash. And, you know, in Justice League 2 and 3. And obviously really want Ray Fisher back. I think Ray Fisher and the Snyderverse announcement, like the announcement of Henry and Zach coming back and Ray Fisher combined, I think that will shut everyone up then. Because no one's going to have anything to moan about.
They'll move the goalpost, I feel like, if they do that. They'll find some reason to...
Yeah, maybe.
I hope they just pretend to like it again, like they when the Snyder Cut came out. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I completely get that because it's like, dude, like because it's like them getting mad. Yeah, I think it would be better for that because I think it would be crazy for people to be upset that they're gonna get Darkseid versus the Justice League. Like really think about that for a second. Like, people are upset that they're going to get the Justice League versus Darkseid in live action for the first time on the big screen. Like, that's insane. Like even just thinking that and saying that out loud is just crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, we never would have expected that. But
No,
I
but-
mean, like years ago. But it's, I mean, my concern is that when we do finally get that with Zach directing, I'm concerned that some of these people will find some reason to boycott it. So
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, you know, most people when the Hamada and that was in charge, was not going to go and see the Flash because of how Ray Fisher was treated, and everyone that's followed Ray knows he's telling the truth. I've even had when Richard Centrone on here. And he said, yeah, there was stuff going on behind the scenes, and Ray Fisher was treated poorly. And then to add insult to injury, they announced a Black Superman movie. It's like, right, we treat our black actors like shit behind the scenes, but here's a Black Superman movie, and everyone was like. Even Ray Fisher was like, fuck off.
And then you have the other actors.
Before you start representing like black people in superhero movies, maybe look after your black actors first. Instead of treating them like shit. I mean, didn't like Joss Whedon actually lightened Ray Fisher's skin in the Justice League? Do you see the difference of the thing? I mean, that is really shady behaviour. And I know, black people really take that stuff seriously. It's insulting.
Well, there was other actors of color that were cut out of the movie entirely.
Yeah.
And really,
and that just flew under the radar for some reason. And you hear all this backlash over Batgirl, but they didn't say anything about Ray Fisher.
Oh, they just wanted something to complain of. They just want to complain of the old regime. People didn't give a shit about Batgirl before it got canceled. And now all of a sudden it's like, how could you cancel this movie? It's like, were you going to go see it? That's not important.
Everyone's correct. The movie was supposed to come out next year, and no one was hyped about it. And really, there's also that. But yeah, another thing about that whole Black Superman thing is, like, to me, the whole Black Superman thing is really kind of like a substitute anger thing, because, like, to me, the thing that's crazy to me is that they made, like, you can, like, when I heard about the whole Black Clark Kent thing, I was like, whatever. Yeah. But because the thing to me was
stupid idea.
The thing that made me more upset was that news announcement came at Henry Cavill's birthday.
I know, that was a bit suspicious.
That was the more crazy part for me.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, wow, you really did this on Henry Cavill's birthday. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, that really did seem petty.
You think?
They're very petty. Old regime.
Yeah, hold on. I just got to send a message here. Yeah, is that done? So someone here mentioned Constantine 2. What are your thoughts on this, guys? Keanu Reeves. Do you know what I mean? Huge fan of the original. Me and Todd touched on this a bit last night. American Constantine.
I've never actually seen the original, but I'm just glad they're not doing.
It's just some exciting stuff that they're going to make. They're going to play off of this John Wick version of Constantine. That's what they're going to do. They're going to do him up. They're going to do him up in such a way where it's going to be I would say it's going to be almost a reimagining of the character, to the point where he's not going to really be the same as he was in the first Constantine, but he's not going to be the Constantine necessarily, the Constantine of DC Comics either. He's going to be this new
mixture of the two.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the beige coat at least.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
I can, I wouldn't be surprised if the Twitterverse comes up with all these memes of John Wick versus facing off against demons. That would be hilarious. I really do think that would be pretty hilarious. Like John Wick fighting demons.
Yeah, it would be great. And the other thing was, I can't remember what it was in, but Constantine smoking was a big part of his story.
Yeah.
He was actually originally a character in Swamp Thing, Constantine.
I know that.
Yeah, it was actually just a character in Swamp Thing. That's why they sort of connect in the, in the animated versions and stuff like that. And I remember there was a bit of controversy about Constantine not smoking.
Well, in CW, they didn't let him, he smoked, but he never did it on screen.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was. It was
they're just kind of alluding to it.
It is a pretty important thing of the story, because that was his look was, rough and ready, with a fag hanging out of his mouth.
Can you imagine him doing that to Batfleck or Henry Cavill. That'd be so sick.
What?
I'm making them
Just smoking in front of him.
well, why would
Like an asshole.
smoke in front of them? I was like, why would Superman smoke? It wouldn't do anything for him.
No, Superman wouldn't smoke, but
No, you
Ben
can't
Affleck.
drink.
Ben Affleck likes a pack of 20. I've seen him smoking a lot. Yeah. Koj, check your messages, mate, on Facebook. But yeah, so anyway, Constantine 2, so I'll get that back up again. What about introducing him into the crisis thing? We mentioned this yesterday about Constantine helping Batman and stuff find Darkseid, and actually making Constantine a big part of the sort of crisis event.
Well, it'd be kind of similar to the animated Justice League Dark Apocalypse War.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So that would be really interesting to see that, because, you know, they're all kind of proper superheroes and anti-heroes all team up for the Darkseid War. And Constantine, at the end of the day, is just a guy in a coat with a cigarette.
With magic.
Yeah, and he's got his magic. So I think it'd be quite funny, like, to see. Like, that'd be a cool thing.
I'd really like to see it.
Yeah,
I would too.
And what was the other character? Oh, it's gone out of my head now. I'll think of it.
Etrigan.
Yeah, Etrigan would be another one. He's very involved in that part of the Justice League.
Justice League Dark.
Justice League Dark, yeah.
The supernatural elements of the Justice League.
Yeah, supernatural stuff. But they really could do something with that. And, you know, they've already made, references to... I can't remember what it was now. It's one of the Constantine animated movies. And
City of Dark.
Constantine said, "Who do you think I am? Benedict bloody Cumberbatch." Because the whole magic thing, they touched on it a little bit in Shazam, which, meh.
Yeah.
Black Adam will touch on it.
Yeah, Dead Man, that's a good one. He's a good character.
Well, because Dr. Fate and Black Adam will both be magic.
Robert Church of Snyder. How you doing, mate? Yeah, so there's so many different things, and either way, I'm just saying it would be nice if they introduced that side of it properly into the live action, because it could also spin off into its own thing, its own sort of Justice League Dark stuff.
Well, that's why Black Adam needs to be successful, I think, for that, because that's a lot of the magic stuff is going to be in that movie with Black Adam, Dr. Fate.
I'm convinced that, like Zack's old storyboards, they're the old ones. There's not to worry about. I'm convinced Black Adam is going to turn up in Justice League 2 and help the Justice League fight Darkseid.
I just hope it's because Zack wants to incorporate him, not because Zack's ego.
I've seen a few interviews with Zack, and he seems to be leaning more towards Black Adam.
I think it'll be a lot like how Snyder
Lord Koj in the place.
Hey,
how's it going?
Hey,
What up,
oh my God. Yo.
Round one.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, we're just talking about characters like Black Adam turning up in Justice League 2 and Constantine and things like that.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
I
do think.
Even when someone's saying something, my bad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that happens in these streams.
Yeah, we're always interrupting each other.
I hate when I do it. It's bad. It's hard because there's always delays too in these things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey,
there he is. What's
got
up?
the mask on. Yeah, which brings me actually, might as well show you that.
Oh, hat time. Where is it?
Lord Koj
Hey, hee, hee.
sent me
Right
this all the
Oh,
way
nice.
from Los Angeles, California. Worldwide,
Nice.
global phenomenon. There you go.
Yeah.
Global phenomenon. Exactly.
Now
right?
it looks good. On me it doesn't look good, but on you, that looks good. Mine
I
is
look like a-
somewhere else.
I look like a truck driver.
Oh, that's. Oh yeah.
Get the hell out of my way, boy! You goddamn peckerheads on, bitch!
Get on that Snyder train.
You got to do background voice acting for DC films. You know, like in the background of like Metropolis, like ah.
Yeah.
Like,
I am interested in doing voice acting, actually. If anyone's out there listening, I got contacted by a few people on Twitter that had seen my YouTube videos. And, yeah, I thought I'd be down
I'll
for
hit
that.
you up then if I need ADR. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
when, not if, when.
yeah.
It's
If they spin off JL Dark from Constant
inevitable.
Team Up
Animal?
to Final Crisis.
Yes.
Yo,
Sorry,
I heard
so
we were talking about Constantine not smoking on CW or something.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a topic. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear it because I had to get ready and all that. But
Yeah, I remember it being,
you didn't
you
smoke
know,
on that show?
yeah.
He didn't do it on screen. They implied it a lot.
Ah.
They showed him like he'll like step on a cigarette, implying that he was done with it.
Oh,
Dave,
Yeah,
you
'cause
can't do that. You can't show people that.
yeah. You're not allowed to show smoking on TV or something. That's
Well,
why I remember why that came across my attention when I was watching Krypton when that was because Adam Strange, he's always like avoiding smoking, just about to, but then it doesn't happen. And I
Yeah.
found out that was just a series poking fun at that rule.
Yeah,
That's
not on
right.
a Savage Bat
That's
channel.
right.
I'm
The whole
smoking.
thing-
I'm
that
trying
thing, strikes me as ridiculous not being able to show smoking. I mean, who cares? Like, okay.
Yeah.
I witnessed it as a kid all the time.
Most people don't do it now, so what's the problem?
Yo,
I don't
Jets
understand
Nervous.
why it's an issue, you know?
Everything's
No,
so
the
sensitive.
The funniest one I saw was a few years back when they released the box set of Superman movies. They re-released them as like a box set. And
Like an anthology, was it blue? Like the
Yeah.
Fortress of Solitude had everything up to Superman Returns, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
at
I
the
got that
beginning
one.
of Superman 1, it said we'd like to apologise for the use of smoking and the use of real fur. I think Lex Luthor's girlfriend was wearing real fur in it.
That too?
Yeah, yeah. I know. I get it. But I just at the time I was reading it, I was thinking, really, smoking?
What?
It's like Lois Lane's like smoke. You know, there's a whole scene about it. I really wish you wouldn't smoke, Miss
That's
Lane.
right. That's right.
It was actually a part of the story.
Oh,
Superman was
first.
telling her it's bad for you,
Right.
and
Yeah.
even scanned her lungs. So I
And he's
don't.
like, yeah, well, not yet.
Not yet. He was like, it was a point of the thing. So I totally didn't understand that complaint.
And then that was a good
Remember Superman
non-smoking
Returns
message
when he
right
blows-
there in the movie. Sorry.
Well, at least they didn't try to cut it out, right? They just gave you a warning about it.
Yeah, I suppose that is. But they do it a lot now with Sky Television. If it's got the slightest thing that's not appropriate now, it says, we'd like to apologise for the depictions in this movie that are outdated. It's the same message on certain movies. And it was in Aliens, which I've said this before, is my favourite movie of all time. It's my number one movie. And I think it was referring to Vasquez was not a Mexican, and she played a Mexican character. And that was the issue.
Well, you know, that's funny that you should say that. I'm actually surprised there wasn't a disclaimer in front of the new Disney version of West Side Story that was directed by Steven Spielberg, because Maria is not played by a Puerto Rican actress in the new West Side Story. She's played by a white chick. So
Right.
essentially, why isn't there an apology for that then? I mean, what are you talking about? What are we talking about here? Like,
Yeah. The other one, which really made me laugh,
disclaimer.
was I've grown a huge fan of Flash Gordon. I got to meet him at the Comic Con. I've got some photos with him and stuff, and I'm a big fan of it. But that got flagged as well for Ming the Merciless being a stereotype of Asian people.
Wow.
Ming, like, I just really didn't get that because I was like, what? I mean, where does it stop?
It was much easier to enjoy entertainment back in the days, you know? Apu
Yeah.
is now banned.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this we've just been talking about this, you know, Black Mermaid stuff and all that. I wonder what, like, say,
remember the old Disney, like the old Disney animation and really stuff that they would do, like when it came to, especially with Jasmine and I'm trying to remember the villain.
Jafar.
Sure.
Yeah, Jafar. Like when it came to Jasmine and Jafar, like you would think that I don't think Disney nowadays would have done that. Now that I think about it, I don't think they did touch on that at all in the live action remake.
no, but it just makes you wonder, like, this has been sort of talked about on social media and stuff, like Aliens, for instance, or Alien as well. The lead role of the movie, the hero, is a woman. Yeah, would they call that woke shit now? I think they probably would. They'd complain about that, and you know, all your, you know, whatever woke stuff, and Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger. They made Danny Glover the hero of number 2. I didn't even notice that he was black back in the day. It's just a character.
They didn't focus on it, you know.
It didn't focus on it. It was just, oh, he's a cool
Right.
character, blah, blah, blah. But I bet now, they'd be like, oh, you've made the... What? It's fucking woke shit. Predator 2's woke shit.
Well,
I don't know, would they, though? They probably would.
it's more about it's just the quality of it. You know?
Yeah, and it's more about the message than the characters themselves. You have
Right.
to understand that, for example, you brought up, I'm glad you brought up Aliens and Ripley, okay,
Yeah.
being the lead. The difference between something like Aliens and Ripley being the lead and something being considered woke is that Ripley was just a badass female lead character fighting aliens. There was no message in it to try and there was no identity politics or anything like that in the movie. So
just a really well written story.
But I think you're right, though, and a good point about the Danny Glover thing too. The best way to look at this stuff is the difference is when you create good characters, to create good characters and to tell good stories, or you create characters just for the sake of trying to promote a message or trying to promote fake diversity, because the best stories are not stories that force you to take a diverse approach on something. The best stories are the ones that organically embrace diverse characters and bring them in there without putting the focus on that. So to me,
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League
Connor.
is a perfect example.
Sarah Connor's another one. Yeah. She was badass. But back to Aliens, though. It's like, I'm an 80s kid, and I watched that when I was really young. And because it became one of my favourite films and one of my favourite franchises in general, really, it is Aliens. But without pushing an agenda or anything like that, growing up as a young man, it made me respect women and go, oh, wow, women are really cool. You know,
be badass too.
But it wasn't intentional. It was just like, oh, wow, you know, I had no kind of...
It happened.
Right.
It
was organic.
It was organic, yeah. You know, and the same with the Predator 2 thing. Didn't even register in my head that Danny Glover was black at all. Mm-hmm. I was just like, wow, he's a cool character. You know, he's badass. guns outside of the car, shooting every place up. I think he's the only person that actually ever killed a predator as well.
He's the
Did you know
first
that?
one we saw.
Because everyone else, the predator killed himself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The predator killed himself. So Danny Glover's, out of the main sort of thing, was the only main character to ever kill a predator. I think. I'm trying to think.
And he was also in the first. I'm reaching, but the whole Easter egg with the alien skull. That you can consider that a crossover.
Yeah,
you
right there.
Yo, Trey
Yo,
in the chat.
Bastion.
Trey.
Welcome back home, Trey.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I hope you had safe travels, mate. Yeah, we'll talk a bit about that. Yeah, tell us about that, Bat Dan. You met up with the Bat family.
Oh yeah. So they were playing bingo at a bar, and because Orc and Beans, Trey and Corey's cousin, was getting married, so they were doing a pre-celebration at a bar, and they invited me to tag along, and I got to meet. And not only did I meet like Trey, Corey, Wonder Wife Sarah, Orc and Beans, I also met Dadpool and Super Bat Mom.
Yeah,
It was cool. We played bingo. We just talked a little bit at the bar afterwards. It was just really cool to like meet people in person, because we talk online all the time, but we never really see each other in like real life. So like just actually seeing them actually in like real life, it was like it really made like all this feel a lot more real now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I felt that way when I got the shirt.
Yeah. It's really nice though for people to meet up and stuff like that. I just recently met up with Jerish Solanke. He come down and bought me lunch, and we had lunch together and chatted about the Snyderverse and stuff. I'll maybe get him on in the future, but he's just moved to Canada, and he come down to see me before he left. So he's gone from India. He was a Snyder Knight when he was living in India, then moved to England, and he come down to see me, and now he's moved to Canada with his wife.
That's cool.
For a fresh new start and a new life. I think that's, again, global phenomenon. It's really great stuff.
That's awesome. There's so much that's happened in our lives in the span of like the Snyder Cut coming out,
Yeah.
This is like crazy. I just came back from an anime convention. I just met Mighty Pegasus, Victor.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
Cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
We
Like,
got to talk, hang out, chop
That's
it
right,
up.
4K.
It's
yeah,
cool. It's just like,
But I'm planning on having a trip to the States, maybe next year if I can manage it, but at the latest, the year after. And I'll do a bit of a tour, and I'd love to come and meet a lot of the Snyderverse people, and record some, funny videos of us for YouTube.
there'll be plenty.
Maybe I'll get shit faced and record us in a bar getting shit faced.
It'll be so messed up. The camera's facing the ceiling. You're like, ah.
Yeah. We can record the bit where we get thrown out as well.
There we go. Let's go.
Goddamn Snyderverse fans, trash.
Hang over.
Hey, these can prove we're not bots then.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not bots. We're just a bunch of alcoholics. That's all.
That's right.
really,
Yeah.
really, for me, I'm personally the straight edge, trying to live a straight edge lifestyle. So, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. And
Bad influence.
yeah, I met Chris Hughes, Dr. Manhattan, when I went to the Comic Con last year. And that was so great because we've known each other for, since before released the Snyder Cut on Facebook and that. And, he's such a great guy. I've got nothing but respect for him. Best family man I've ever seen. He's really good for his kids and stuff. And,
He works very hard.
He does. He is the man. And Zack Snyder loves him to bits. He commented on Chris's post the other day, actually. Chris was asking if you're going to do the book for Rebel Moon. You know, like the picture book. You know, I can't think what you call it now. Visual book for Rebel Moon. And Zach replied, I'm working on it. So, yeah, we're getting one of those, which would be cool.
Yeah, like I feel like with Rebel Moon, even though like that's really the crazy thing about Rebel Moon is like we really don't know anything that's going on with Rebel Moon except for the technical stuff going on with it, and we're still hyped for Rebel Moon. Like it's gonna be
Really hyped for Rebel Moon.
Sci-fi, like.
But
I
think that Zach's done that intentional, so it's kind of going to be a big surprise when the movie comes out.
Oh yeah,
his name alone is marketing. Zack Snyder's name alone is marketing. So
yeah,
and really think about this. Like, I feel like this probably is going to be Netflix's I think this is going to be Netflix's most expensive project, at least for a while. Like, because we're talking about we're talking not only about a two-parter of a movie, we're also talking about exploring planets, going around the Rebel Moon universe, seeing all of these different sets. Like, I think we're gonna get probably the biggest Netflix project for the next 10 years, probably.
I think what was really exciting was Zach posted a picture of some sort of camouflaged, what looked like a spaceship of some sort or an attack ship.
Ooh, yeah.
And it really looked like the old Studio Ghibli movies. You know, the Ghibli movies had like I don't know if you've seen Laputa, Castle in the Sky. Mm-hmm. They had the Goliath, the big armored Zeppelin, and they all had this kind of look to them, and it really, really looked like that. And that got me really excited because I'm a huge fan of anything Studio Ghibli. You know, Japanese animation in general, really. Yeah. Mostly the older stuff, though. I'm not really down with the newer stuff as much.
Yeah, they kind of got a little too TV friendly in my opinion.
Yeah, I like think like Ninja Scroll and Akira.
Taking more risks,
you know, really fucked up in the head stuff.
Fist of the North Star.
Fist of the North Star. You're already dead. Fist of the North Star is so good, and I've watched. You know, you got the Fist of the North Star movie. You had the Fist of the North Star series as well.
Yes, the series is dope.
The series is so good. There's two versions of it as well. You've got the Japanese version. There might even be three, actually. But the English dub had a drum and bass soundtrack to it. I can't remember the company.
I actually preferred the Japanese dub of the TV show.
Yeah,
just because like the dub that was done by manga in English, they didn't have the rights to finish the entire series. So it's
but yeah, like
I liked both. I really liked the drum and bass in the English version, the Japanese version had that really over the top Japanese soundtrack. You know, with the sort of singing, like karaoke singing.
Oh, it was fantastic.
It was really good for. It was such a good tune.
It's kind of like I don't know if you guys seen the animated Street Fighter 2, the anime.
Get back to you on that one.
That was good too, both ways.
4K Wicked City.
Wicked City. There you go.
Monster City as well, which was like a companion movie to it. Yeah. That was really good.
So speaking of anime, like, have you guys seen the new Cyberpunk anime?
Not yet.
No, but I heard about it.
Like, no, people was telling me about that.
Like,
Doji.
yeah, it's really good. Like, really, you don't need to play the Cyberpunk 2077 game to enjoy it. Like, even though it's like 10 episodes, man, like, I think you're gonna cry. I think you're like, it's a really emotional. Like, it's
The
really good.
tearjerker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same 4K. I always had both English and Japanese.
but
You know.
yeah, like, but yeah, I think it's a pretty good anime to watch. And I don't know if you guys also play like visual novel games, but I think this
Yeah,
is.
I do sometimes.
But yeah, there's like this other. There's this franchise that's popular in Japan, like hugely popular in Japan. He recently just got available to the U.S. and I don't know internationally, but in the U.S. it's recently he been put out there for like a few years now, but it's called Danganronpa, and it's a pretty interesting concept. Like, it's like the whole franchise is a pretty interesting concept where it takes place in a high school, and you're basically playing, and it's basically you being Sherlock for the entire time. And I can't tell you the exact details, man, but if you think like there's a lot of twists and turns, man, there's a lot of twists and turns in that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
DC
emotional warning too. And I know I'll be a wreck. So it's a good heads up on that one.
DC Talk has a good one here. Did you see the anti-review bombing for Teen Titans Go
Oh yeah.
episode on IMDb? Yeah, it's a good subject again.
Does that happen? That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not toxic though,
thing.
because they're not Snyder fans doing it.
no.
And
Isn't it
the
funny how
thing
we're
is,
the only
like,
bad ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it
Yeah,
was
that works.
wasn't it the highest rated TV show on IMDb?
Yeah,
Yeah,
next to
it
Breaking
for
Bad.
10.
Yeah, it was tied with Breaking Bad, and
Yeah.
apparently, this is actually something interesting. Like, the review bombers are only in the U.S. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in the other countries.
the lowest rating people are only in the U.S. While for the I thought like the last stat I saw for it was for U.S. only it was 6.4, and for everywhere else besides the U.S. it was at 9.4.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's a little obvious.
So it's a
Yeah.
question of people taking their time to go and review bomb it. I mean, the only thing I've ever review bombed was the Justice League trailer. You know, the 4K one.
Yeah.
It's,
I just like that. I think that was like, I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the reasons why the dislike feature went away, because I swear the dislike
That's what
feature
happened right
went-
after.
Yeah. It like literally went away right after that.
What, the
Yeah.
dislike thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked
right
about this
after the-
before. There's definitely something to that.
Oh, and not only that, they also turned off the comments for
Yeah.
that video.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
almost like they knew that they were releasing a 4K of a shitty movie.
yeah.
But,
But
WWE
we was all posting on Facebook and Twitter, go and dislike the Justice League trailer.
Yeah, we did do that.
It was us.
But does
Well,
anyone
yeah.
actually like that movie? Does any sane person like Justice League?
No, but why would you release a 4K movie that looks shit anyway?
Especially
all it's gonna do is bring out, like, Show you more of
Like more cringe.
more of the Henry Cavill's face and you know, the terrible bright colours and stuff that they added into it.
You know what I kind of want to
4K.
see happen is that, you know, assuming that everything does, fingers crossed for Ezra, work out with Ezra Miller and they're in Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. You know
There
that
you go, thank you
mustache,
for that.
that mustache photo of him,
Yeah.
of Ezra and the mustache? I want Ezra to have that mustache on for Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3, just so Zack can do a better job of removing it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's really the crazy, and really this is the crazy thing for me too. Like, this really is the craziest thing for me. That, like, I don't know if you guys watched the Cobra Kai
Mr. Venom.
also,
That's right.
but
Welcome as
really,
well.
I'm gonna go to Cobra Kai on this as well to really get my point across. Like, it's crazy that Netflix, like, it's crazy that we're talking about the whole thing, the Tig Notaro situation with Army of the Dead, right? Like, we know that Zach is good with visuals and stuff, so we know that he could fix that up real quick. So, but really, the crazy thing is that I don't know if people have seen Cobra Kai. If you haven't, if you haven't seen Cobra Kai season 5 of Cobra Kai, and this is gonna be spoilers a little bit. So 3, 2, 1, spoilers. In season 5 of episode 6 of Cobra Kai, there's this scene where Kreese is going on in therapy. It's seeing this therapist in prison, and it's going through all of the characters that we've seen from Terry Silver to the general that he worked with, and everyone else. And then it comes to a deep fake, a very well done deep fake of a young Johnny Lawrence from Karate Kid 1.
Right.
And really, that's crazy to me that Netflix period could do a better deep fake of a person who is younger, of a younger person from like 20, 30 years ago. But Warner Brothers couldn't CGI off a mustache properly.
Yeah, well, they did that with Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
The guy that made the deep fake picture. Disney employed him
For Boba Fett.
But
Makes
yeah,
no sense,
for
right?
Boba Fett. You know,
Which
the
is really
FBI do
boring,
that.
Let's be honest.
The FBI do that with hackers, don't they? You know, if you're a really good hacker, they say, you know, instead of hacking, come and work for us.
but I mean, Warner Brothers still wasn't able to deepfake a mustache off. So
Yeah, I mean, and Jeffrey is 100% right. I mean, if you actually look at how great
4K.
that deep fake looked of Johnny Lawrence for Cobra Kai, it was insane. Like, they did such a wonderful job. And it's just going to show you how great artificial intelligence deep fakes are becoming. So good that pretty soon they'll be able to deep fake any actor or actress that they need for whatever movie, for whatever time period. It's like you're going to be able to resurrect so many characters because of this quality technology.
Yeah.
Peter Cushing in Rogue One.
And that was really.
We've come a long way since Rogue One. I'm telling you, it's insane.
Yeah, and that was really the craziest thing to me because, like, this was really my first reaction when I first saw that scene of seeing a young Johnny Lawrence. I was like, I literally paused and shook my head because I thought I was dreaming. Like, I legit thought I was dreaming when I first saw that. That's how good it was.
Yeah. That's right. But the deepfake thing's gone crazy.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to do some good things with it, I suppose. It could be abused, but
I mean, Snyder did
We
that
still have to
better
get like
already
actors'
with Ben
consent
Affleck.
to do stuff like that, right? Or
Yeah.
their family if they're dead.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, they brought back what's his name, Marlon Brando for Superman Returns, didn't they? And that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's true.
they
That
must
was like
have-
2006.
Yeah, that must have been.
2007?
I was just Bat of Gotham just said it. I was just about to say that. Someone deep fake Christopher Reeves in the movie.
That was a rumor, and maybe that was going to happen with the old regime, but we're not.
Yeah.
I doubt we'll see that with David
Yeah.
Zaslav.
No, I was making a joke saying Christopher Reeves and Linda Carter have a kissing scene at the end.
I think we will see it, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think the technology is good enough now to where they can totally do it. It'll be in there.
Oh no, I know they can do it. It's more of a should they do it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a good question.
This is how I think they should do it with deepfakes. Like, if they're going to do it in the sense of the Mandalorian with having a young Luke Skywalker and having a young Johnny Lawrence, then that I think should really be the limit. Like I don't think they should do it just to do it, but I think if they're doing it for they have to do it for a story purpose.
If it's more minimalistic,
Yeah, more minimalistic.
Like a multiverse montage, basically.
If it's done respectfully and the family agrees to it, the estate or whatever, I'm cool with it. Things, actors that long gone, some of my favourites. I suppose, big sort of characters like, say, Leonard Nimoy, Spock. Bring back Spock in something and things like that. It could be done really well.
I prefer just being there, not getting anything from the past. For swapping the face for technical things, like I think someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but Ben Affleck was put onto his body double for the outside scene of Snyder Cut, where Aquaman was talking to Bruce. I believe that was Ben Affleck's body double, because I didn't know if he was able to go out there and shoot that scene. So they did with his body double, and Jason Momoa has a picture, with Ben Affleck's body double that I think they used for the Superman ones, and he did that. But also George Lucas, he already did that. He put Ewan McGregor's face on the stuntman when fighting Darth Maul in episode 1. He's going off about that because he did a camera of Ewan McGregor's face just all around, and he digitally put Ewan McGregor's face on the stunt double.
Oh wow!
So Ewan McGregor doing all that. It's for that sequence that just stayed on him when they were fighting.
That's one of the greatest.
Ewan McGregor at all.
Oh wow!
Greatest lightsaber
It's on the making of. It's on the DVD. The 2-set DVD.
I didn't even know that.
Wow. Yeah, that's when I first saw it. I was like, wow, that's cool. And I think Zach did it with Ben Affleck also for Snyder Cut.
Yep, and he also did it with Ares.
Oh yeah.
For the history lesson.
Yeah, when he's throwing the helmet, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the actor did an Instagram post about it because he made like a joke on Instagram and it actually confused people. So he basically explained he did wear the helmet and he wore a bald cap. He did wear a bald cap and they glued a beard on him. And I think he did swing the axe too. He said he swung the axe and hit a bag that was Darkseid basically.
Yeah.
So there was some stuff he did on the stunt actors.
Guys, I wouldn't be surprised to see all the Supermen of all our eras, like Brandon Routh Superman, Christopher Reeve Superman, all these Supermen coming together in the fight against Darkseid. I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of multiversal battle in which they dig up the bones of even dead actors to come back and reprise their roles as these heroes.
I'm not a fan.
It just seems like something that they would do because at this point they're just trying to appeal to as many people as possible, and you gotta have something.
Zack Snyder
something. And I know Zach probably isn't, wouldn't be, but I don't know. We're talking about WB. I know we're talking about WBD now and protecting the brand, but I don't know. I just wouldn't be surprised to see a Christopher Reeve.
You'll be surprised how much they do that stuntman thing though in a lot of movies. Like Batman's fight scenes in BVS and stuff. Richard Centrone. There was a little bit of that where they added the look of Ben Affleck's face and stuff, and things like that. But so
it's a lot easier with. because of the mask. It's a lot easier. You don't have to
Yeah,
CGI
yeah. But you'll be surprised how much they do it anyway. You know,
They
that
might be
kind of
like,
thing.
I need that Ben Affleck like dimple right there or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They even had to CGI a little bit in the additional photography for Zack Snyder's Justice League because Ben Affleck and Jared Leto weren't able to film their scenes together because
Yeah.
Richard Citrone actually stood in for Ben Affleck when Jared was filming his stuff.
That's right. Yeah, well, Richard
And you just
Citrone
need to
talked
get
about
footage
that
of shooting
on my
over their
episode.
back in front of the green screen to paste it on into each other like they're looking at each other.
Yeah. So
I would've
if you're
noticed if they didn't
if you're
say
new
it.
to the channel, go back and watch the Richard Citrone episode. That was really cool. That was lovely talking to him, and he revealed some good stuff, you know, about the behind the scenes and stuff. And a credible martial artist, and I really hope that he comes back to do the stunts for you know, Justice League 2 and 3 for Batman. You know, Ben Affleck and Richard Citrone. They're
Richard's awesome. He was at SnyderCon also. I got to talk to him too, and he said his favorite superhero. I think what he said it was Batman.
Yeah,
It's
that's
kinda
what he
like the kid
said.
dream. Yeah.
That's what he said on my episode as well. Yeah,
Hell yeah,
That was
because he was
great.
like saying how happy. I was like, yo, how happy did it feel to be in the suit as Batman kicking ass? And he looked at me in the eyes like, oh, it felt great. And when he said it, you could
Yeah.
see in his face, he's
Yeah.
like any of us talking like fans. So
yeah, we
Right.
touched
Really
on that
loved
as
what he
well.
was
It's
doing.
just like, you know,
It's extra
dream
passion
come.
in the punch.
If you're a Batman fan since you're a kid, and they get to be Batman, can you imagine that? Jeez.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
man.
a shame that
That's
he's not in
cool.
the Flash movie. I wish they used Richard Citrone for the Flash, but they actually, for the Flash movie, they actually used Robert Pattinson's stunt double for Ben Affleck's.
Oh, that's gonna be
because they're the same.
Yeah, they did. They did actually. Yeah,
Because
that
it's
same
they
double
did.
has a better frame for Batman than
I can't
yeah.
remember his name now, but yeah, it was a different guy.
because his shoulders are wider, you know. And those
Yeah.
stuntmen have that wide Ben Affleck shoulder. Thing.
Sean Franklin, you think WBD would do a Superman video game on PS5 and Xbox Series X? I don't know. I hope so. And
like
if
I
they
hope
did,
so,
it could be
but-
possibly the best Superman game ever.
Oh, I
It's
hope
not-
so.
Not really a high bar to set there though, because there hasn't
They
been
gotta go
one yet.
DBZ with it, I think. Make a
What's
really
that?
good DBZ
I-
like Superman game.
Yeah,
You like get
Yeah.
inspiration from Dragon Ball and then go from there. And I think
As
that
of
would
right,
go well.
as of right now, the best Superman game of all time is the Death and Return of Superman for Super Nintendo. In
Yeah.
my opinion,
oh, I've got that
Because-
on my
because it
Retro
released-
Pie.
because it at least follows the comic book timeline.
Yeah,
I didn't like
Yeah,
the one for
it's-
N64.
Richard is the
one
goat.
for the animated series. It was kind of like all right, but I don't know. I don't know if you guys played that one.
he was one of the Lycans. Yeah, yeah, he's had such a interesting career, and one of the guys that tries to kill Denzel Washington in the Book of Eli. He was the one that Denzel Washington chopped his head off. That was Richard Citrone as well. We touched on that. That was really cool. Maybe yes. Yeah, he's the man. Maybe have to get him back on in the future. Maybe if he gets the role for Justice League 2 and 3.
I'm sure Zach would use Richard Citrone. Zach is very loyal to his people. I feel.
Yeah, I know. And this is actually a good time to talk about this. There's been a lot of kind of sort of, I don't know, you say disrespect towards Zach from some of the fans. Sort of, I don't know what angle they're coming from with this, but every single person that's worked with Zach that said anything about him has said he's the nicest guy to work with. Even Richard Citrone said after the Justice League reshoots, when they went back to film Army of the Dead, he felt like it was coming home again and all the team was back together. And then Sophia Patella posted that feelings activated on for Rebel Moon, that picture. You know, what kind of You know, what's that tell you about Zack Snyder? If people are willing to do that, you know, get the poster up there, and he must have come back into work that next day and seen that and gone, "Oh my god."
Like I can only imagine his reaction to that. Like, oh wow,
yeah,
he did that.
I know, because people kind of forget that, you know, Zack Snyder is a human being. Know what I mean?
Oh, I would love to see that. Trey.
Oh, the Superman game that Rocksteady was doing got canceled. Like, yeah, it got shelved. Like, apparently the story that I know about it is that apparently there was some kind of like bidding war going on that was going on between the Suicide Squad game and the Superman game, and
yeah, because wasn't Superman? It was Suicide Squad kill Superman was the plot, wasn't it originally?
Yeah, that was the plot.
Yeah. Right, so I don't know about that. I think that probably the best idea would be when they release Man of Steel 2 is to release the game then, you know, to coincide with it, and have Henry Cavill's likeness in it.
Do you guys remember that there was a mobile game for Man of Steel?
Oh no,
I vaguely remember it.
Yeah, I remember hearing about it. I remember hearing about it.
Yeah, it was pretty, overall, it was pretty mediocre, but it was still cool to be able to play as Henry Cavill's Superman. Just saying.
Yeah. It's still a novelty.
Going to JL games, to be honest, yeah. But yeah, there hasn't been a good Superman game yet.
Yeah.
It's hard to do a Superman game, I feel like, too, because it's like he's immune to everything. He has all these powers that you have to try to incorporate. So I think it's there's a lot more technical issues to work through than a Batman.
You could make a game, but you'd have to have him fight somebody like Doomsday or Brainiac,
Zod,
or Darkseid. Zod. You'd have to have like you'd have to have formidable enemies.
Like real powerhouses.
Well, if you want to cheat, you can count Injustice.
Oh yeah, that too.
But they had to take indestructible pills, like superpower pills, so that you could have people fight against Superman and it not feel.
I don't understand the balance of power in that game.
I mean, it does make sense.
But it's weird because it says that you're supposed to be able to stand toe to toe against Superman with the pill, but yet they still needed to bring in the other Superman from the good Superman to stop the evil Superman. So it's like.
Well, for me, I think that does make sense because because how I understood the pills was they don't make you Kryptonian, but they do make you strong as probably the weakest Kryptonian. So maybe that's their explanation. I don't know.
But the prequel comic showed Alfred being able to beat up Superman after taking the pill.
Oh, so that's the way.
Oh, we have again a special guest, the man himself from outer space, Mikey Sutton.
Hey.
Mikey.
Hey.
I heard a rumor that the Savage Bat eats massive betas for lunch. I'm not sure if it's fair.
Yeah.
Man's gotta eat.
I wanna shout out to my partner Sil Abdul, who got another big W today, massive W. Flash film news are fucked. Sorry.
Flash film news, that's been going on for a while.
I mean,
much respect to Sil.
Yeah, Sil and the ones I trust.
Yeah, same here. And it's got to the point now that if you don't trust Mikey Sutton and Sil Abdul, then what the fuck you do? Have you not been paying attention?
Exactly.
Jesus Christ, one thing after another, they've been right. So seriously, get fucked.
They've proven that elves are not their strong suit. Let's just put it that way.
So I woke up today. I saw the Vanity Fair article, like, oh great, another hit piece on Ezra Miller, right? And I'm reading through it.
I was
and it
reading
said-
that today.
Yeah, no, I was reading. I'm like, it says that he is shooting new footage. I'm like, holy shit, Phil was right. Oh my god. Like, they buried the lead. That's the biggest part of the
Phil was
article.
right.
It's the very end. Like,
Yeah.
so Phil, he's probably watching football right now.
I'll be watching
buried the
football in
lead.
about.
They buried the lead in the article, but there is no, because there is no journalistic integrity, Mikey.
Of course,
That's what we're
exactly,
talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, just regurgitating information that may or may not even be true.
It's probably not true. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. He's a famous guy. He's rich. Go after him. That's what a lot of people do. And the media loves going after anything Snyderverse related, guys. They just love it. They love attacking you guys. You guys are like pawns, Seriously, it's like you gotta make some money off this negative clicks here, So still, Abdul, if you're watching, you'll find out. I'm gonna cover Vanity Fair, but I'm gonna flip it around. The lead, it should be the lead is elite, okay? Because the biggest part of that story is what Ezra Miller's doing. New season. What the fuck? Who gives a shit?
Scoop Center is going to be off the hook this Tuesday.
Oh man! I mean, a little bit of clap back, against all those, morons out there. Flash fuck news and ding dong pics and my junk and all that other crap out there.
Oh no, the silliness I've seen from
God, it's ridiculous.
That is just getting out of hand now, and it just brings us back to it's all the kind of people that were sort of a little bit involved with the Snyder fandom years ago, and now they're not. They're bitter about it, so they're just going around attacking everyone.
Hey, Savage Bat, I like to go in with a bang, you know what I mean? I like to come in hot and just detonate shit. So let me detonate something on your show. Because
story time.
Bomb.
Because Scoop Center's tomorrow. You gotta tune in for the rest of this. But
Tuesday.
Little preview. Yeah, because football, is on. So we don't want to compete against football, and we're gonna win anyway. So we'll just do it on Tuesday. We'll take a W on Tuesday this time,
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
I'm hearing that Mike DeLuca, who is a co-chairperson of Warner Brothers Pictures Group, really likes that Batman Ben Affleck idea. Just say it. More details tomorrow. More details tomorrow, Scoop Center.
All right.
Whoa,
I'm
Batman
hooked.
movie. I hope Gary McGill from the Batfleck movie campaign is watching.
All right. Awesome.
Here we go.
Awesome.
And his team.
It's exciting time right now, guys. The betas are trying to make it like it's not exciting. They don't want the Snyderverse to get restored, guys. Because if it does get restored, still will take a W. So will I. They can't handle that. They can't handle it.
It's all about you and still being wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it's about.
That is literally their content. Is talking about how that you're wrong. They've got nothing else to say.
You know what I think is really gonna be funny? Like, you know what I think is really gonna be funny if this actually does happen? Like, I wonder what the YouTubers on the like, I wonder what the YouTubers on the Snyder haters side of things is gonna be like. Like, is it gonna be very quiet, or is it gonna be full rage quit mode?
Well, no. Here, I know exactly what's gonna happen, guys. I know exactly what's gonna happen when the Snyderverse is restored. There's gonna be some negative grift, right? About how it's not the same Snyder though. He'll be toned down Snyder.
I thought the same, Mikey. There'll always be something with them. It ain't quite right. Even though Zach's already made it clear, the old storyboards are the old storyboards. If you're going forward to do more, it's going to change. That's why he released the storyboards, because they won't be used anymore.
They won't be
And
used anymore,
people,
exactly.
because people keep going on about this, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, have you not been paying attention? It's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, it just reminds me of what happened with Charlie Cox and Daredevil, right? Like, okay, yeah, but they brought back Daredevil, yeah, they brought him back. But then you have all these like negative grifters, like, yeah, but he'll be twerking, bro. He'll be twerking on his show. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
we
are
were
you
just
on?
talking a bit about this earlier. Even though it's got iffy CGI, I actually quite like She-Hulk.
I
think
do
it's,
too. It's hilarious.
entertaining. Like me, I've been watching it with my brother.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, who would
Kinda
have never in a
wild,
million
so
years
why
would
not?
I think that I was going to like that?
It's, if you read the comic book, it's exactly like it. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
a little
It's pretty
bit.
wild. Out
Yeah.
there.
I read more of the older ones in the late 80s.
the Dan Slott run it's pretty much the same tone. I mean, she would twerk. I mean, you know what I mean? Big and the Stallion, but Savage Bet. When all this starts to really happen, what's gonna happen with all these master betas, man? What are
I
they gonna be
know.
talking about?
I'm hoping that they're just going to up and leave social media altogether.
Nah,
I
they
think they'll
won't.
they'll watch
Nah.
everything and just publicly not like it. But when the cameras are off, and they'll be like, "Oh, when's the next one?"
You know
It's
what?
like
You know what?
negative fans.
You know what worries them is that they have to admit the fact that they don't like Zack Snyder's
Yes,
work.
DC.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
What
No,
else are they
they
going to talk
don't.
about? You know?
That's what they're really obsessed with.
Yes,
That
Bet
part,
Channel.
yeah.
That's
That's
right.
all it is.
Yeah. Shout out to all the DC groups that have been saying that Ben is done. Move on.
You move on.
I remember that
Yeah.
argument.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's really another crazy thing. People were saying, "Oh, see, Ben."
I swear he's done after Sex No, that's the thing. I swear he's done after The Flash.
I swear he's done after Aquaman. Oh,
I swear he's done after Aquaman.
But yeah,
He's
isn't
done.
that, like,
He's
crazy?
done.
I swear he's done after Fat Fleck versus Deathstroke.
But yeah,
Oh,
isn't that
dear.
crazy that- but yeah, isn't that crazy that people said, see, Ben is gone after the Flash, and so it's like give up. But then it's like, but then we basically went into who decided that mode, because like final appearance doesn't mean that he's done.
Nah.
People need to know about there's a phrase that's known in the universe that's called a break, like a temporary break.
Yeah, well, Mikey touched on this a while back, that like Ben Affleck saying these things is leverage.
It's leverage.
It's like-
Yeah.
It's leverage. Do you know what I mean? You just don't muck about in Hollywood, man. You know. And I personally think, just as a Jedi Knight guess, that J-Lo was the one that convinced him. I'm sure of it.
Well, I mean, look, he is living in the bootyverse right now. You know. What I mean?
Yeah, because I think
Let's get out of the booty.
Ben comes across to me
Let's
as
not.
someone that doesn't use social media because he doesn't want to see,
Yeah.
negative stuff. But I should imagine J-Lo's not. She's probably always on Instagram and Facebook and that. And she's probably showed him, look, Ben, how much they love you. Look at my phone. You won another poll, the best Batman. And he's like, Ben's like, oh, I don't know. Warner Brothers really treating me like shit. And she's like, J-Lo, we're married now, so you're going to play Batman again.
Won another poll.
Yeah. Who's the best Batman of all time? And that was really funny when they was doing them polls. I can't remember what page it was, but they did one, and Ben Affleck won it by a mile, and they weren't happy with the results. They did it again to try and get
took it
Christian
down,
Bale.
and
They took it down
did
and
it.
tried to get Christian Bale to win it. But they didn't realise that we was all watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
well, didn't they put it back up without Ben Affleck or something, or they had like
Yeah,
an ad-
they did one
did
without
one,
Ben
yeah.
Affleck. They just put other as the
Oh my God.
category, and everybody kept saying, yeah.
Yeah, never give up, hope never dies. That's
Well,
right.
you know, if these Twitter twits
Ben Affleck is done when he takes down Darkseid, motherfuckers.
knew anything about Hollywood, it's like sports, right? An athlete in their contract year is going to act
Hey,
like
Alan.
they believe me. It's like, well, I love playing in New York, so I'm not sure if I'm going to stick around here. It's leverage, okay? You have to leverage. You don't say, yeah, I
Definitely.
can't wait to go back as Batman. Well, sure, but
Right.
we'll buy you, Ben. Here you go.
Well, Alan's got a good point here. I know we can't have everything, and it'll probably be Michael Keaton. But I did think when the Snyderverse when Batman vs Superman came out,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be nice if Ben played Old Man Wayne? Because he's Ben Affleck's Batman is based on Kevin Conroy's Batman. He's
Yeah.
got the build and the size of it. Can you imagine Ben Affleck, even if he dyed his hair grey and they sort of done a bit of makeup with the walking stick, with
Yeah.
Ace, the Bat Hound, and a new Terry McGinnis? How amazing would that be?
And I gotta kick ass. They totally kick ass,
And the shape of Bruce Wayne is like he's got like the big top like that. Well, Ben Affleck's built like that. That's just
He's got the same jawline as the Batman animated series Batman.
Yep. Same, really the same head shape, the same hairstyle.
It's that
Like,
angular
Everything.
look,
I mean, he's like the guy's born to be Bruce Wayne.
yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me started on Pattinson.
Actually, I
No,
want
funny
Pattinson to
enough,
be like Terry.
Mikey, talking to Patterson, Alan's and doesn't like the Batman. We've had some good laughs on Facebook about it.
Oh God,
I love your review
It's
of
good
Batman,
fun.
Mikey.
Oh,
Hey.
good fun with that.
I can finally say I did see it a couple of weeks ago. God, it was torture. My God, it was just like that last half was so hard to sit through. I kept looking at my watch. I'm like,
Wait, which one? The Batman?
the Batman. Oh God,
I haven't watched it yet. I'm not going to.
Oh no, don't watch it.
Thank you.
No, it's really boring.
I'm gonna
If I
be
can
honest.
unwatch Wonder Woman 84, I'll do that with the Batman. I'm not going there.
No, at least with 84, you had Gal to look at. Yeah, nothing to look at here.
Nah.
Besides Catwoman, but she's hardly in it.
That is true.
Yeah.
She is pretty when she smiles.
Like it has,
But yeah, the only interesting thing for me was the Catwoman subplot. Like,
Yeah.
I really didn't care for the Riddler stuff personally.
no. That where he floods Gotham. That's just stupid. And all those wannabe Riddlers.
You're muted, Zod.
You're muted,
Oh,
Zod.
Zod,
Zod,
your
Zod.
mute, son.
You're muted.
Yeah,
But,
Riddler.
but yeah, I really didn't care for it was really weird to have the Riddler basically be a YouTuber.
It's even worse now. It's even worse now. I never thought of it that way.
That's bad.
You know,
What?
But
There, wasn't it?
the problem I had with the Riddler with this one. Okay, people kept telling me how scary the Riddler was, right? I'm like,
yeah,
not scary. If you're a diehard Batman fan, you may have read this. Dark Knight, Dark City by Peter Milligan.
Oh yeah.
1990. The Riddler puts golf balls in the baby's throat, and Batman has to perform a tracheotomy to get the golf balls out. Now that's dark.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that's dark.
yeah, savage.
There's
I'd say
nothing,
so.
nothing compared to that, you know. The Batman has one cool scene with the car, right, and that's it.
Yeah.
Starts the car, right? That's what I heard.
Oh yeah. The car
Trey
scene
checks
is
his watch.
really the best Batman.
Batman fan.
He did check his watch at the bar, Trey. I saw you check your watch at the bar.
Catwoman was looking to do a few things in the Batman. Yeah,
But yeah,
Mikey
like,
uses the Batman to go to sleep.
there's like-
Nyquil, whatever you call it in the States.
With the K, like nightmare sequence, it's Night Quill.
Yeah.
NyQuil.
That movie is the best thing in the world for insomnia. I guarantee. If
Oh,
you-
Yeah, Alan checked his watch. Everyone checked their watch. It was about 55 minutes in, and I was like, really? This is already dragging on.
I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah, almost a third into the movie, exactly, yeah.
Kojay. But yeah, Kojay. Like, I really don't know if you've seen the deleted Joker scene that
Whatever leaked to
that Matt
social
Reeves
media
put
is
out.
what I saw.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like
The guy with rabies, right?
it was crazy to me that. But yeah, it was crazy to me that the Joker was pretty much spelling out the entire plot of the movie and the entire theme of the movie, and Batman didn't get it.
Maybe that's why they deleted the scene.
So with it, he was
I heard the riddle.
basically.
No, I think Batman not being able to speak Spanish was the comedy moment for me.
Yeah, that was awful.
In so many languages, the guy is crazy.
Yeah.
And
That
Yeah.
is like 90% of his brain power.
And
That's his
why
brain
is everybody whispering in that movie?
Yeah, it was hard to understand.
Now that I think about it, I think the only person
This film goes out of their way to put you to sleep because everybody's whispering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's not wake up the viewer, okay? I mean,
everybody was whispering. No matter
Yeah.
what time of day it was. No matter what time of day it was all
Like, exactly.
whispering.
They're always whispering. Like if you weren't sleepy enough, like the whole cast, it's like kind of knocked you out, man.
Wait, now that I
Yeah.
think about it, I don't think the only person I think that wasn't whispering was the Penguin. Like he was the only person that was.
He was the only one. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
the only
the
one.
only. Like he was the only one being like, "Ah, come on, man! Like you're really you don't know about Spanish," and like he was the only one speaking normally. And actually,
Basically, Batman was about Batman who sucks at being Batman.
But he's just learning to be Batman.
I mean, me and Mikey spoke about this recently before he announced that he'd watched it, and I think it was. I totally agree with you. The only scene that I really, really liked was the car scene.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's cool.
Actually, that was really, really cool. And a couple of things the Penguin said, I thought it was really good. You know that's obviously why they're making if they're still making it, the Team Penguin.
You guys are right. The Penguin is the loudest character in there. It's kind of like when you're watching TV, right? All of a sudden the commercials come on and they're like really loud.
Well, it's not so great.
That's the Penguin. That's the Penguin.
Horrible
right there.
sound design. Horrible sound design
terrible.
for that movie.
Lucas,
that
you're
was
right. The
power.
cinematography is great, and Gotham looks really good. It's
Right,
just
yeah.
boring. It's just boring, though.
Yeah,
Boring.
because like to me, like the movie could have been done in like 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I don't think anything would have been changed.
Well,
Like,
you
it
know,
felt like it was-
Matt Reeves took all the visual design of Blade Runner. That was cool. I mean,
Yeah, I did really like that. You know, that's when I went to see it with my brother. Who pointed that out. It was very cyberpunk looking. And it was
exactly. Yeah.
It was beautiful Gotham. I have to admit that. It's, but it was
only like you put some energy. Okay, why is the Batman and Bruce Wayne the same exact personality? Like,
Right.
yeah.
of course he's Batman. Look at him, like somber all the time. He whispers. Like, how can he not be Batman?
And now that I think about it, did he describe his voice?
When you see the answers Batman got from Penguin, yeah.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? It kept me awake for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Penguin was the least entertaining to watch, even if he was unrecognizable as a comic book character.
You know what, Alan? Everybody in this movie was unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Except for
Riddler's
Catwoman.
I mean, the Riddler, trash bag man, you called him, wasn't it, Mike? Yeah, it's terrible.
I said he was like the walking green condom. That's what he was.
The Riddler from Gotham blows its Riddler away. Okay, just say
I like that. That was good.
Spanish motherfucker, do you speak it? No. Look like.
Like Zack Snyder's Justice League, they're in Iceland. They speak whatever language they speak in Iceland. I don't, but they speak it. Bruce Wayne understands it. He speaks it perfectly.
Well, he genius. That Bruce Wayne.
Even the animated series, you see him speaking to everybody in the world there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how he was
well,
able
they
to
even
see
touched on
right
that
how
in
people
the
do
Justice League when I can't remember what the episode was called, but Batman was chasing some sort of grey ninja type people, and one of them said something in Russian to him, like, haha,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't even understand me. And Batman replied in Russian and said, I understood exactly what you said. And, it was just a big part of the lore of Batman that he knows.
Yeah.
It's like James Bond. He knows all the languages.
Yeah, I mean, the world's greatest detective can't speak the second most spoken foreign language in the U.S. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you
I mean,
serious?
especially in America, because you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
and not to mention that Spanish. Like I don't speak Spanish, but a lot of the Spanish words you can kind of get the idea of what's being said because it's similar dialect.
Yeah.
And come on.
And that's the thing too. That's the thing too. Spanish isn't only the second most spoken language in the U.S. It actually is the most spoken language in the world.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I think it's second. I think Mandarin is the first.
Yeah, Mandarin's the top.
You know
Yeah.
what? See, there you go. How do you defeat Pattinson's Batman? You give him clues in Spanish. He won't get it.
He's repeating it.
Riddler. there
all
was
the clues.
So much of that.
All the clues should have been given to Batman with like tacos.
Yeah, Day of the Samurai.
That
That's a
was
good example, Alan.
Yes,
Yeah.
Day of the Samurai and Night of the Ninja. Those two episodes are great.
Yeah, that's right.
Night of the Ninja's first. Day of the Samurai is the second.
Yeah, and
I
they
love that
went.
episode so much.
Yeah, I
When
like
they're fighting
the.
in front of the volcano. Pow!
I love that episode. Just it's nothing to do with that. That episode of Batman Beyond when the assassin in blue kind of looks like a mummy. Works for the League of Shadows. Tries to kill Terry McGinnis. Like he's the hit. Because she fails, the League don't accept failure, do they? And the last scene was her trying to escape, and you see a sword going through the roof. Uh-oh.
And then she kills them all one by one when she returns.
What's that?
And then she kills them all by one when she returns in the next episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Adam West was quizzing Burt Ward in his Spanish in one of the Catwoman episodes. There you go. Do you know what I mean? It goes that far back.
Yeah, when Adam West has one over you, you're done. You're done. All right, just leave.
Yeah,
just
that's pretty
leave,
bad,
okay?
man.
That's pretty bad. Dude.
Start walking.
Didn't Adam West Batman have faster time defusing bombs?
Like,
Yeah.
I want to see Clark
Okay.
Kent like troll Bruce Wayne by speaking in Spanish, right? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Basic,
How
great
can you be-
school
How
stuff.
can you be a billionaire and not speak Spanish? Huh?
Yeah, I know. He must have gone to a really nice private school.
Exactly
Gotham.
right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Those nice
they
people
touch
that
on that in
don't
in Gotham, the series, don't they? Because he knows Thomas Eliot's. I think it's Thomas Eliot himself. They
Yeah.
grew up together, didn't they? And obviously he
Right.
becomes Hush in the future. Oh, spoiler alert! If you haven't read the real Hush.
Yeah, not the Riddler.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Whoops. Oh dear.
Man, it did not feel like a comic book to me. Didn't feel like a comic book story to me. Nothing. I mean,
No, and no disrespect to the Patterson fans out there. If you're watching, don't get annoyed. 'Cause if you like it, you like it.
exactly.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough, but it wasn't for me. I know it's a bit like sort of cliche, but I genuinely thought it was just trying to outdo the Nolan trilogy.
Yeah,
And he even admitted that. He
yeah,
said we're going to out Nolan Nolan.
Right,
And-
Well,
And
obviously he
And it
can't
felt a little too
Adam.
much.
He can't out Adam West. So there you go. He even can
Yeah.
and the thing is, to me, and the thing is,
Alfred taught him how to build a car and took him to a Nirvana concert.
and the thing is, before I go, because my battery is about to die. But
Yeah,
like, the
that's
thing
why
is-
he was wearing that. That's why he was wearing that terrible suit. 'Cause it was
Wait.
"Come as you are." It's just wearing his normal clothes.
but-
Halloween costume, bits of Halloween
To
costume.
me personally, like I am a Matt Reeves fan. Like I actually do like his work, but just in terms of like just in terms of the Batman movie, like it personally wasn't my favorite, or really I didn't like it. Like it wasn't my favorite of his movies, and me personally, like I personally didn't like the Nolan trilogy. To me personally, like it wasn't bad. Like the Nolan trilogy
Yeah.
isn't bad.
Okay.
It just isn't for me. So like
Mm.
it's
That's
really
right,
like
Alan. That's what it felt like to me.
so really like to me, like I'm saying before I go, it's like I like it, the Batman really wasn't just like a movie for me, even though we're kind of like making fun of it. Like I don't hate it. It's just what kind of wasn't for me. So
Well,
yeah,
Yeah.
I
that's
get.
really kind of like my final say before I go, because my battery's about to die. So yeah.
You know, as a perfect description of the Batman, it felt like the battery was gonna die. It just kept getting slower and slower as it went along.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm about to go, guys. Peace.
Okay,
Yeah.
mate. Speak to you
Yeah,
soon,
yeah,
See you
Jeffrey.
later.
Talk to you
Yeah.
soon.
Speak to you too,
No,
mate.
I mean, like walking
I've-
through syrup, man. You know?
Yeah, I think the funniest bit was the bit that they used for the advert when he beats that thug up, who's obviously a teenager or maybe
Yeah.
early 20s, and it took him like what 8 punches to knock him out.
Yeah.
What?
I thought
Batman.
he murdered him with his hand.
Batman's knocking motherfuckers out with one punch.
No.
Not this Batman.
Not this Batman, no.
This Batman, you gotta
didn't,
keep
son.
pressing the A button, like Sil said. You gotta keep hitting the A button.
Yeah, it was an okay film, not a masterpiece. This is the point. Well, we spoke a little bit about this yesterday, Trey. Me and Zod, was that people sort of got behind the Batman leading up to it and really hyped it up. It was going to be this mega thing. And then when it turned out to not be that great, they kind of sort of, it's a bit too late to go back on it because they spent all this time saying,
But
it's going to be amazing.
But if you notice, nobody's talking about it because nobody cares.
No one.
Because they all know.
I see
They
the
all
odd
know that it
person
sucks.
post. Yeah, they genuinely know that it's not that great.
Yeah, it took me 4 months to sit through the whole film.
Yeah.
I sat through like 6 seasons of. I sat through 6 seasons of The Big Bang Theory before I finished this thing.
Mikey, you're the writer. Mikey, you're the writer of Dreamwalker. Of course, you're not going to be able to sit through that insomnia laden Batman.
Yes,
Exactly.
Nothing happens
100%,
in that movie. Nothing happens.
I'll get you on the panel.
There is more walking
horrible.
in that. There's more walking in that film than a comics convention. Okay, it's all walking. All you do is
Could have cut a lot. That could have been 2 hours without that walking.
All you do is walk.
But my legs got tired watching the movie. Okay, that's how much
was,
walking is in there.
There's so much walking in that movie that it rivals the Lord of the Rings movies, and they walk in those movies so much. That movie has something on Lord of the Rings. It really does. Like with the walking, it's ridiculous.
Lord of the Rings is a marathon compared to this, dude.
Yo, there should be like, someone should count how many steps he took in the whole movie.
If I get bored enough, I'll do that.
Batman steps.
Batman steps, new app. I'm not curious because I want some pro to let me know. Some baddest.
Someone will figure it out.
How many steps did he take in the movie? I want to know.
Let me ask you, besides his physical looks, why would anybody be attracted to that guy so somber and depressed? I'm like, this Bruce Wayne has got no charisma, no charm, no personality. Okay, compared to Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne, oh my God, that's what every guy wants to be, right? Would you want to be Herb Pattinson in here?
You know what, Mikey? I will chalk it up as this. Ben Affleck is the alpha version of Batman. Robert Pattinson is the beta. It's totally like, it makes total sense.
Like when you start the video game and you're at level 0 and you need to get all your gear.
I've just made some of you moderators to help with the trolls. Thanks,
There are
guys.
trolls in the chat.
Man, trolls.
No, not today, but there has been. Yeah, they keep coming for me and Zod every time. It's just a joke now.
Dude, that one time, that was ridiculous.
It was the same. It was the same person,
Yeah,
but
because
kept making different accounts. I
They
was
do have
blocking them.
Skywalker stream all the time.
Yeah. I think it's probably
Skywalker's-
all the same people.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're gonna be that
That's
emo,
bad.
get a. If you're gonna be that emo, get a guitar. Okay.
Either get a guitar or get a blow up doll. One of the two.
Exactly. One or two, right? One or two.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The Detective North Star is a great addition
Maybe
to the
that's why they're
Batman
angry.
cinematic
They broke their
experience.
blow up doll.
I hope they build upon that, but they have a lot to fix, improve before they get anywhere close to Batfleck or Nolan. Totally agree. I'm hoping that the sequels and the TV series are going to be good. I'm not saying I'm not going to give it a chance because the Batman wasn't that great.
You know what, Savage Bat? I would go out on a limb here and say the movie probably won't get a sequel. I don't think it's going to get one. I mean, I might be in the minority here, but it might not get one.
Because it's not been critically,
sucks.
received that well.
Well,
You got a few.
I can't say anything because I'll get clipped. Like, well, Mikey said.
Yeah, I know. These days, I saw what was it last week that you didn't even say it, or Seal didn't say it. It was on Twitter.
They always do that.
And I can't remember who it was, but it was like they didn't even say that.
They want
said
Sil and Mikey to be wrong so much that,
Yeah.
that they just attribute everything that's wrong automatically to Sil and Mikey. They don't even have to say anything. It's crazy.
Well, I said this over again. Sil and Mikey's. If you're watching a new, please check out Sil Abdul Inc. And Mikey's
Become a
page,
member.
Become a member of Sil Abdul Inc. And check out Geekosity Mag because
Thank you.
it's they're years ahead. And people wonder, where we get this info from. It's from Mikey and Sil.
When I was about an hour and a half into the Batman, which is a lot to sit through in that movie, I was like, what a sad day. What a sad day, Savage Bat, when Batwoman has more action than in this film.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know because I didn't even watch it. I gave up on the CW a long time ago, and I was a huge fan. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah,
I went to Sky Studios to see the premiere of season 3 of The Flash and Arrow, and I got to meet. This is really embarrassing. I can't remember his name now. The guy that was in Titanic, the scientist in Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh,
Martin Victor Garber.
Victor Garber. I got to meet him that day. That was really cool, but it sort of went down a lot, really downhill after.
Yeah, I was a CW fan. I was a Berlanti DC fan for a while.
Yeah, I was big time.
That last season of Supergirl was torture. That last Supergirl season was like
I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it.
It was bad.
I like season 1.
Yeah, so did I. I really enjoyed Supergirl when it first started.
Obviously, I love Melissa, my avatar.
I like it.
Season 6, and this is not a word I use often, just to clarify, but season 6 of Supergirl was woke. If anything,
total
woke. Woke.
And I don't say those words either, but holy crap. Every scene was so preachy. I'm like, it's like, so you did all this basically to help your sister with her lesbian wedding.
Yeah.
Really?
You know what took me out of the CW completely? There was a scene between Tyler Hoechlin's version of Superman and Supergirl, and Superman literally says to Supergirl, "Oh, they don't need me here on Earth anymore because they have you." As though Superman is completely irrelevant because Supergirl exists. I was done. I'm like, you know what? That's it. It's over. It's over with.
What I thought was worse than that was when the DEO gave up on guns. I'm like, what? You have no weapons whatsoever. Well, you have like batons or something? What the hell?
No worries.
Wait, when did they give up on guns?
That was season 5, I believe, or season 4.
Season 3.
Oh, I didn't get that far.
It was bad. It was really bad.
How did they do their job?
Exactly.
Non-lethal weapons is what they said. They were going to
Superman and Lois and Stargirl are the only things worth watching these days.
They're great. I love those shows. I think
same.
Well, no, but I hear that that Melissa Benoist, whatever her name is, wants to
No
come
worries,
back
Lucas,
and be
mate.
Supergirl on. Wants to come back and be Supergirl on Superman and Lois.
Yeah,
I don't
she
think
wants
I don't
to.
think it's
I
going to
know.
happen because she's.
But yeah,
Isn't Superman Lois a
when I
reboot
met
because
her
he's
in
got body
person,
armor?
she's so much like Kara in person. She really is. I don't know if she's just intentionally trying to be like, holy crap, you're basically the same person.
Wow.
But I sat through the last season just so I can say I did it, right? But you have, Mr. Mix just mix his pillow lick, and you have all these like other villains in there. All of a sudden, the story becomes about affordable housing for ex-convicts. Like what?
Yeah, that's when I stopped watching Supergirl.
Oh my god! Like it was so woke, man. It was so preachy. Like
I know.
hell.
Well, we touched on this in Seal's member stream, but they done the same to Star Trek
Yeah.
Discovery.
Oh,
That was so bad. I
and
mean,
that-
you know, it's a terrible thing to use woke the name. But
Yeah, I never
we
used
need
it.
we need a new word to explain
exactly.
to explain it because it generalizes too much. But
It does. It's
that-
overused. It's just like everything is woke now. Like She-Hulk is woke, and it's
Yeah.
Miss Marvel. No, Supergirl was woke. That was
Yeah.
was really woke.
Miss
And
Marvel is so. I really
I love
loved
it.
that.
I love it.
absolutely loved it because I thought it was really risky with the
It
whole
was.
religion thing and
Yeah.
India and Pakistan and you know the splitting up of them and the
Yeah.
British Empire and all that. That was really
And yeah, you live in England, so it hits
con-
home for you, you know.
controversial stuff. You know.
And Bat Dan, I think it was the producer, of Supergirl, or the head writer or something. She said that for the last season, they were trying to get as much liberal politics in the show as possible. They intentionally did that. And I'm like, I'm not there for that. I'm not there for any politics left or right. I'm there to watch Supergirl fight some Kryptonians. I don't give a shit about affordable housing for ex-convicts. You know?
Well, the fall of Krypton was due to like also maluse of their government and propaganda and stuff. Like the tragedy of Krypton imploding was not just the Earth, I mean their planet being, you know, strip mined or whatever. It was also their social economical issues too. that we were
Well, if you
supposed to
think
not
about it, I mean,
repeat.
that story from the 30s, right? But that's like most environmental. It's global warming, what it was. If you think about it,
Yeah.
what is with that science? Nobody's listening to the scientists, right? No one listened to Jor-El. Hey, our planet is doomed, and no one was listening to them. And look what happened.
That Krypton thing reminds me of the dwarfs in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
They dug too deep.
And then they
And,
woke up Balrog, right?
Yeah, mining the planet, and it blew up. You know, I've always sort of.
I have a confession to make, guys.
Yeah.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Shut up!
No, did you read it?
Oh
No.
my god!
No, I actually
Really?
I have a bad memory of Lord. It's a story time. Maybe when one day I was bed, I'll give you a story time on why I didn't watch Lord of the Rings. I had this childhood connected. I wouldn't call it trauma. It's story time.
Right. Okay.
I never saw it. I saw the Hobbit cartoon back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Did
saw
you
that.
see Ralph Bakshi's Lord
Yeah,
of the Rings?
I saw that. That was one of the first VHS tapes I ever saw.
Nice. I love that movie.
But no, I have not seen the Peter Jackson. Obviously, I haven't seen the Amazon ones either. But I heard it's pretty bad. I mean, people are just really ranking on it now. And I don't know who to believe. Is it really that bad, or you
What
know?
the new one?
Yeah.
No, the new
Hobbit?
one's not. It's not that bad. Really visually stunning. But what I think it pissed
Oh,
off.
Rings of Power, right?
It pissed off the people that read the Silmarillion and the die-hard fans, which I didn't understand because there was loads of stuff in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings that wasn't in the books, and no one complained about that. You know, I think maybe having a bit of racial diversity again rubbed people up the wrong way. Maybe you know the.
Yep, that was complained about a lot.
Yeah,
Saw
and
that.
which that wasn't even an issue. That the guy who's the main black elf there's no sort of identity politics that he's black or anything. He's just a black elf, and he happens to be one of the coolest characters in it.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the new Sean Bean type character.
He's like Donnie Yen for the elves. You know how he's just
he's badass, and that was
pretty dope.
That was what people were complaining about when they saw the trailer. It was when the black elf come on. They're like, "Oh, look, the black elf. It's a lot of woke shit." And
it's more like Dragon Age.
It actually isn't. It's actually not that bad, and you can see where they've spent the money. Jesus, it really is the highest quality. It's probably the highest quality cinematography in a TV show ever. And rightly so. I think they spent nearly $1 billion on it now so far.
Wow.
It's like the most expensive series ever.
I think it was $500 million, but then I think that they've spent more since then on altering it and making season 2 or whatever. And that's a lot of money for a
the
TV
money went
show.
into the money went into the visuals.
Yeah, the visuals are absolutely stunning.
It's a visually stunning show, but it's just that for me, it's just the story that kind of lacks. But it's starting to ramp up a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm
50-50.
Shaky on it right now. I think
it is dragging though. Yeah,
you could see where all the money was spent. That's all I'm saying. Like the visuals are perfect, but
they are. You definitely can't argue with that. But we'll have to see how that pans out. But Mikey, seriously, you've got to watch the Lord of the Rings extended versions at some point, if you can find the time.
Well, that's the thing. I look at the running times and I'm like, oh god.
The extended editions are like over 4 hours and stuff like that.
Well, in the middle, you should be good.
If I piece it out, like the Batman,
like you did with Batman, you'll get it done. You'll get Lord of the Rings done in about 5 years, Mikey.
That's brilliant.
Hey guys, I gotta get going.
Yeah. All right, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
No worries, mate.
I'll see you later.
See you next weekend, probably. And I'll see you in the Snyder Nights chat. Laters, mate.
Bet. See ya.
Bye. Right, so what we've got coming up with Henry Cavill in Black Adam. This has been said, like, people really going to boycott Black Adam if it's got Henry Cavill in it? Or are they just saying that?
They're just saying that.
If they're going to boycott it. Do you know what I mean? As soon as people start getting wind of, I said, we know because you said about it and Seal said about it, but as soon as it gets leaked, everyone's going to go and see that. Just for Henry Cavill.
Some people claim that even with Henry Cavill they won't because Ray Fisher hasn't been hired back yet. That's an argument I've seen.
Oh my God.
Just another fucking excuse to boycott for no reason.
Weird takes. You know what? I tell you why. They're gonna boycott it because it'll prove that Sil and I were right.
Yeah.
They're like as a protest. They didn't want to give us a deal on it. So
it's getting ridiculous and. Shazam, I think it's got Wonder Woman in it. Is that right?
Shazam was okay. The first one was okay, I thought.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Shazam, but what I'm more interested in is the indications that it's leading to the Snyderverse. That's what I'm more interested in.
Yeah, I like Mary Marvel. I like Zachary Levi in Chuck. Chuck was a great show.
Yeah, Chuck is good. Chipmunks too. He was all right.
They should do a Chuck movie and reunite the cast, but that's what I want to see. More than Shazam, actually.
Yeah, Ellen Beck. If Cavill's in Black Adam, I'll see it multiple times. David Zaslav, are you watching? We're all going to say and see it multiple times.
I'm going to use a PTO day just so I can see the premiere of Black Adam. That's how excited I am for it. But also, it's end of the year, so I'm more frugal with my PTO. But yeah, I'll be there
opening day. That trailer, the last trailer looks fantastic.
The last trailer did impress me. The first trailer, honestly, I lost total faith in it. But the second trailer, I was like, oh, they've made it look a bit darker, and there's obviously a little bit of new stuff in there. Because like David Zaslav said, we're going to make these better. And I really hope that they reveal afterwards, maybe do a sort of documentary on Warner Brothers Discovery and what was added and all that, and and explain it all.
Oh yeah, that's a good
After Hamada's mess, how they fixed it all, and led up to the Snyderverse. That would be a popular documentary if someone did that.
You could do that as a special for the home release of Zack Snyder's Justice League 2.
Yeah.
That'd be good to put it on there.
That would be great.
Just like, hey,
bring,
what's up?
Bringing back the Snyderverse, because it mustn't be easy. After the mess that Hamada was trying to make of the Flash.
He said he wants to focus on building bridges, and I think that's what all this is. It takes a while to build such bridges after it's been broken.
Yeah, that's right. And who would he mean? He means Zack Snyder. He means Christopher Nolan. Fingers crossed, Ray Fisher. Yeah, that will be amazing.
And other directors too, we lost because we had like a bunch of directors attached to the Flash and other things.
Rick. I can't pronounce his last name. Rick F. How do you say that?
What?
I could barely talk, so I'm the last.
The regional director for Flash, the one who actually cast. I think cast Kirstie Clemens as Iris. Rick.
Yeah.
F.
Yeah.
The Star Wars. I think he directed Star Wars shows, didn't he?
Yes, Mandalorian. He
wanted to do the Atom film, I believe, right? And which didn't go through.
Yeah. People saying about Dr. Fate. I've heard that from a lot of people.
Yeah.
People are more interested in Dr. Fate than they are Black Adam.
I do like the casting for Dr. Fate. I like that.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan.
He's awesome. He's
fantastic. Dude, I love his Bond movies, man.
Yeah, but Pierce Brosnan's like making a bit of a comeback. I'm not sure who made the artwork, but it was Dr. Fate holding a golden gun. And just recently, Nintendo and Microsoft announced they're going to release GoldenEye again.
Yeah.
Because did you know the story about why that never got re-released?
Was it like a Nintendo only?
No, what it was United Artists and all the movie companies involved because it's based on a movie, and then Nintendo, and then Rare that actually made the game could never come to an agreement on the rights for it to get it re-released. It was so complicated, because people have been saying GoldenEye is the greatest game of all time. It started off, like kids these days don't even know. Call of Duty, all those games, all started with GoldenEye.
GoldenEye was the first multiplayer party. You come over,
four people,
4 controllers, let's go.
4 controllers, and that's why it was. It was a legal thing with the movie companies, and it was like the Snyder Cut and Restore the Snyderverse. Everyone was saying there's no way that will ever happen.
Yeah,
and they just announced it, so it is happening.
Definitely, that's pretty historic because that was everyone got together, got on the multiplayer game. Back then, I remember if I did multiplayer, it was Age of Empires on dial-up modem. When you start up, it's like, and you sound like you hear
Rick
like
Fukushima,
have sex or something, and then you're online, and then you play like whatever. It was taxing, but that game was exciting. The pacing, multiplayer was born.
I look forward to seeing Pierce Brosnan's Dr. Fate meet Keanu Reeves' Constantine. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, Mike,
that would be cool.
Did you just drop a bomb there, Mikey?
That's Mikey's style.
Casual bomb.
Hey, Mikey.
Hey, he's the man.
Just saying.
Just saying. It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It'd be nice.
Very nice.
Guys, I have to get going, guys. I have to. I have to cover Sil Abdul's winning streak for the site tomorrow. But again, it was fun being here. Teen Titans Go was. Yeah, you too, man. Teen Titans Go was fucking amazing.
Oh, yes. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
That nightmare sequence at the end just blew me like, holy shit, they went there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was just great.
That's great. But Thank you
Great
so
seeing you
much for
guys.
coming,
Thank you,
Mikey.
God,
You're a legend, and
thank you so much.
it's always a pleasure.
Dreamwalker has been sent from the Philippines to the U.S.
Can't wait.
So I got a picture of the packages that were sent off. So you guys will be getting your copies fairly soon. I mean, we're ramping up. You know, this is the second issue. I'm writing a third one now. This story arc ends with the sixth issue. There's another one after it, but I am writing Silver and Gold, which has Savage Bat, has Zod, has Bat Dan in there.
Oh,
It's gonna be exciting. By the way, I'm gonna contact Bad Dan, Zod, Savage Bat. I'm gonna contact you guys about doing the first ever comic book to YouTube crossovers.
Yeah, you said about that
Oh.
before. Yeah,
Yeah, so we're gonna make this happen. It's gonna be nuts.
like a meta thing.
Like a meta thing exactly, where you guys interview Silver, like Sil as in character, and then have Zod appear on Savage Bat show as the character Zod,
This is great.
not as himself. So I'll be giving you guys some kind of loose scripts about what to say and everything, but you guys just kind of ad lib your way through it.
Yeah.
But the links will be in the comic book, so people can actually see you guys
Nice.
on YouTube, which will get you. Who knows how many views it'll get you? But people who don't,
Wow.
know what's going on, be like, what the hell am I watching here? Why
Yeah.
is Sam Bat talking to a
Cool.
vampire?
It's gonna be genius, man. I'm really, really looking forward to that.
And
Oh,
have
boy.
Bad Dan give like news updates. Well, we saw Zod chasing down Silver. Like, what the hell is he talking about? You know. And so,
oh boy, I'm excited for this.
yeah, welcome to the Mikey verse, I guess, right? So,
Yeah.
and all the betas be like, "What the hell, man? Like, we can't copy this." You know?
Yeah. They're gonna flip their lid.
We can't trace this, but anyway, guys, have a great evening.
Can't trace
Thank
it.
you, thank you so much, Mikey.
You guys
And
have a
you're
great night.
always welcome. Thank
All
you
right,
so
take-
much.
Take care, buddies. Thanks.
Good night. Bye, mate. Cheers. Thanks
Hey,
a lot.
man.
Man,
Well, there you
that's-
go. Supersonic
cool.
Mikey Sutton in the place.
Always dropping those bombs, and my
I know.
Casual bombs.
Yeah. Oh, I've just noticed that we're all Snyder Night T-shirt affiliated now.
Hey,
Snyder Knights. Yes.
Boom. Yeah, no, that's great. I'm going to wrap up soon, but yeah, what a great episode. We've had some good subjects here, and Mikey, do you know what I mean? Superstar, scooper, a very good friend of mine. It's nothing but good, and Sil Abdul as well. Hopefully, get Sil on here again soon. But yeah, that was just amazing, and yeah, we got some bombs there, Constantine, and yeah.
I'm just selfishly more
Unexpected
excited
bombs.
about
What?
like doing an interview for the Mikey verse.
Yeah,
Selfishly
yeah,
speaking, that's the biggest bomb.
yeah. Same,
Yeah, that's awesome.
same. We've got some. That's going to be great. I'm really, really looking
guys are the
forward
best guys to
to
work too.
seeing the next part of Dreamwalker. Just as it unfolds, you know. Got me poster signed up there by Noel Flores, the artist, and my couple of copies. I'm just trying to work out with Jonelli from Philippines comic book shop to have mine delivered. She delivered mine last time, but I think it works out easier if I order it to be collected from the Philippines. Works out cheaper. I don't know why that is. Haven't got a clue. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. Dreamwalker is you know, it's just amazing, and it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me in this fandom. Whoever thought that we'd be in a comic book?
Yeah, I
Come on.
never would. Well, I'm hoping that maybe, again, probably not likely, but if it were to turn into a movie, could you imagine if we all played our own characters?
Yeah, that would be great. There's another thing, I can't talk about it, but there's something else Mikey mentioned to me a while ago that I think he's waiting to announce to do with that. as well. That's very exciting. There's more to that story, but disclaimer: I can't say anything about that. But there's more to come with Dreamwalker with Mikey. He's got so much planned. Yeah. But anyway, thanks for coming, guys. We might as well wrap it up there. We're at 2.5 hours. That's a pretty good run. And if you're watching on the replay, there's not long left to get your Snyder Nights t-shirt. The last run is in the description, so please get yourself. Got to sell 6 more to meet the quota for this run, and then that's going to be it for the while.
Should get doubles. One should get my spare.
Yeah, I've got 2 already, so
She's gonna get one in what? Now we got to get them in white.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to relaunch the white one.
Spare.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah,
Do you
I'm
know what?
debating about white because white gets dirty so easily.
Yeah,
At least for
that's
me.
I know. The only white t-shirts I have, funny enough, is the Dark Side AFSP shirt.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah.
I got that one, and I got honey. I ended up getting honey mustard on that shirt.
The first day I got it, spaghetti bolognese straight down the front.
Dude, that happened to me too.
I was like, fuck. Yeah, that's gonna be great. That's leave us. I'm gonna get you on for a future episode, Teledar. Message me on Twitter or Facebook.
Claudia plays. What's up?
Yeah. Thanks, DC Extended. And just a reminder for everyone watching, it's going to be from now on, if weather permitting, me and Zod on the Saturday for the Savage Bat and the Kryptonian show, and then this kind of thing on a Sunday at the same sort of time, midnight in UK, so that's sort of afternoon-ish in America. So I'm going to try and keep it to that, and people will get used to the fact. Yeah, people will get used to the times and stuff like that. Yeah, DM me on Twitter. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, DM me on Twitter, and we'll work something out for next Sunday. That'll be great. And I've got some separate episodes I'm going to do as well. Long-awaited Batfleck episode that I keep messing up. They're going to be on as well to tell their story, just in a pre-recorded episode. But we keep getting our times mixed up. Me mainly keep getting my times mixed up, because it's hard with all the time zones and stuff like that. But much love to everyone in the chat. Thanks for coming. And peace out to everyone. Restore the Snyderverse is coming. There's not even reason to fight anymore. You know what I mean? It's coming. It's in the bag. So just keep talking about it on social media. Stop with the fighting. There's no point in it anymore. We've already won. It's just a matter of time. And thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for the chat. And Batman out.